Hypocrisy.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Lost Planning the Interwebs. I am your host, Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law, a small law firm in central Minnesota. But make no mistake, I am still suspended from the practice of law for failure to go to school. Well, I mean, failure to do my continuing legal education. And they seem to want me to note that more often. They seem to want me to note that as often as possible because someone lied to them and said that I was advertising myself as a licensed attorney, which is silly. But hey, no one ever accused the ethics board in Minnesota of being smart. That being said, hi, good evening, good night, or whatever it is. Sorry, I was laying down. I'm really tired. I'm really tired on this fine evening, but we have work to do. We are going to, we're going to watch this Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson interview, or at least like as much of it as I can stomach. It's 2 hours long. It's 2 hours long, and man, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how much Nick Fuentes I can take, but we have to ask a question, I guess, or we have to try and answer the question. Is Nick Fuentes the future of the Republican Party? Charlie Kirk is dead. Shot mercilessly at his own event. And now there's a Republican identity crisis because there's the old, and this isn't new. Like the Republican identity crisis comes and goes every so often, right? But there's the old guard, which is some level of conservative corporatism, which has been what it's been for quite a while. And most of those players are still around. I mean, they're old, but they're still making the same shitty American policy and not doing the one thing we all want them to do, which is just fucking lower taxes, please. Can we just try that? Can we just figure that out for a little bit? Simplify the tax code, lower the taxes, and basically abolish the IRS. Why don't you just do that? Literally every Republican wants that. But they won't. They won't ever do it. They'll just sit there complaining, about how Democrats want high taxes and miraculously never lower them. It's always Democrats' fault. It's always Democrats. No matter how much power Republicans wield, they never fucking do it. They just say they want to do it. But moving on. Moving on. The old right, is also some would call it Zionist. Some would call it pro-Israel. Some would call it protective of Israel. Some would call it in the pocket of Israel. And basically all of that is true. And it's fucking obvious that it's true. And so we've gone through these proposed Republican transitions a couple times, right? We had the Tea Party. We always have some new blood. We always have some of that coming in. What we never seem to have is an effective change. But now we have the opportunity, I guess, to reshape the identity. I mean, it was going one way. Charlie Kirk, again, has become a symbol of kind of what the new Republican Party was going to be. But then he's not really like able to do that anymore. Coward. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But there's a gap to fill. What is the face of the new Republican Party? What is the new guard? What will they look like? They can't look like the old guard. The old guard is, I mean, desperate to hold on to power, desperate to keep their greasy fucking mitts in everything. But they are going to die. Thank God. Because it's the only way you can get rid of these fucking monsters is to let them die off. Both sides. That's a both sides problem. There's no easy way to recycle them into something better. You just have to wait it out. Let them fucking end. Hold on. Wait, I need that. Bring that back. Here we go. Sorry, I'm getting my windows organized for this so we can all have a good time. I can keep track of the chats, all that stuff. We are live over on Rumble as well as here on YouTube. Man, starting these late is just it's brutal. But that's kind of what I have to do some of these days. Just don't have the opportunity to do an earlier show at present.
Kurt makes me want to found teens against micro peens.
That was from yesterday. And if you if you didn't watch yesterday's show, if you're not a member, it was a ton of fucking fun. We did Cooking with Kurt. Kurt is the Uncivil Law. Kurt being Uncivil Law is the greatest entertainer on YouTube at present, and probably the best chef in America, as far as I can tell. I haven't found a better one, and we were able to watch him. Wait, no, this is after Cooking with Kurt. Sorry, we had done Cooking with Kurt the day before. That was a chicken enchilada soup. Yesterday, we found out that Kurt, also being a dating and relationship expert, was making the argument to have standards in dating. This is apparently a question that he needed to answer. Is it appropriate to have standards when you're looking for a potential partner, or should you just be forced to accept literally whatever trash walks through the door? I don't know why this was a, I have no idea why this is a question at all, but leave it to Kurt to find out how to have that question. That's what he did. All right. We got a little Rumble rant going here. We've got, Critical Salt Theory 208 says that shirt is ridiculous. You're not shopping at Ross. Where the fuck did you get that shirt? I need to know. I need that Bugaloo shirt. I love this shirt. This shirt was from Express Men's, which is where all the other gays shop. So I figured that's where I should shop too. But no, it was from it's from Express Men. It's a good show or a good shirt. I really like it. Cool pattern. You're just being a bully regarding Kurt. No, I'm not. I'm not bullying Kurt at all, actually. You should try to watch some of the streams with Kurt. They're fascinating. They are absolutely wonderful. But I'm not being a bully. Sorry. Kurt's into minors. And he openly into girls under 18. So long as they're above the age of consent in Texas. I don't care if it's legal for him to do so. I don't think it's proper for him to do so. I think he has severe problems with women, and it's not someone I would ever hang out with again. Once I started seeing his actual opinions on that, his open call to date women as young as the age of consent in Texas, which I believe is 16 or 17, either way. I was kind of finished with him at that point. So you can say I'm bullying him all you want. If that's the case, I would bully literally anyone his age who says that. That's it. Don't know what else to say about it. But I don't actually have any intention of bullying him. I just watch his content, and it's my favorite content on the fucking planet. I think it's the funniest stuff out there. I think it's the most fascinating study of humanity that's presently out there. Stacy Q 5095 says, we saw this a couple years back, Nick. He is a true creep. I agree. Cagtheism says, no, I watch every stream and you're just bullying at this point and it's lame. I'm following you since before Vic, and this Kurt obsession / bullying is lame. Why? Do you like him? You can like him all you want. I don't have any desire to associate with him, but I like watching him cook. I think it's really funny. I think it's great. I mean, I think it's disgusting too. I love his workout updates. I can't wait to watch him build a watch. But you can go ahead, do whatever you want. As a reminder, super tips are available. We do have we do.
Cort ha il micropin più piccolo.
Do you have Ronnie O'Neill speaking? What was that, Italian? Holy shit. Oh my God. So I guess I'll people yesterday asked me to bring back the micropene counter. I'm not quite convinced I'll do it on the regular shows. Look, that's the members only stuff, and that's why I do it members only. That's why it's there for members only. It's not part of the main content of the show. It really isn't. I don't do that. We don't want to do that. We have other stuff to talk about, and I think this subject is pretty important. And of course, we've got we've got more lawsuits to cover and watch. I do need to finish reading the Stuttering John lawsuit and provide an update on where that is. That's coming as well. So the solution is fuck Israel and fix America. Some would say that. Oh, I guess I should go ahead and put it in the chat. That super tips link is there. supertip.gg/RL. Oh, I used to put them in the description. I'm sorry. For super tips. Eventually, I'm going to put a QR code up on the screen because try it out. Boom. Solid 5356 says, Nick, longtime listener, gotta say it is bullying. That being said, some things need to be bullied, and the stuff Kurt is doing checks that box. Okay, yeah, there. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that criticism, and I'll accept that. I'll accept that that role, that job, that call. Nick, are you covering this because of Ralph? No, I said I was going to cover this several days. Actually, I said I was going to cover this the day after the interview happened. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I haven't watched it or anything. So it's all fresh for me. I don't, other than, Ralph mentioning Nick Fuentes and stuff and the, and his kind of participation in the early kill stream, which he was instrumental in in that. Ralph being the one I'm saying was instrumental in Fuentes having a platform on the kill stream and all that stuff. Pretty amazing to see Ralph and the influence that he had with that. But that being said, I don't know how this has anything to do with Ralph other than that he mentioned Nick Fuentes the other day and that, but no. I typically have not vibed with Nick Fuentes. Like, he's not my style. It's not my speed, at least in the past. I'm curious because he has been repositioning himself and having to find a way to kind of divorce himself from the, let's say, the stigma of his past. I don't know if he's divorcing himself from the truth of his past or anything like that. As someone who has been maligned on the internet, I can certainly hear out someone who says that they've been maligned on the internet. They've been misrepresented and not given a fair shot. So I figured I'll listen to what Nick Fuentes has to say as he transitions from kind of the non-serious to the serious. He's been doing it for a while. But I don't want to sell it as like this is some brand new thing and some new leaf that he turned on. Like this has been going on for a bit. So let's see. What do we got here? Dirt Cheap 8584 says, "Are you the new lead singer for Question Mark and the Mysterians?" Yes. If so, please tell us how many teardrops are too many. Not there. There is no too many teardrops. I can't believe that you would ever suggest something as important as crying could have a limit. So there we go. Yes, and you make steak with a diarrhea-looking sauce. No, I don't make steak with a diarrhea-looking sauce. I made a pan sauce that day, and it was delicious. But, I don't typically do that. Normally, I just make a steak. So you're buying most of your shirt off Miami Vice Temu. I should. Is that a real thing? I want it. I'm not crying, Treasure Island. You're crying. Okay, let me pull this up. I think I've got everything else ready to go. Steak is great, doesn't need sauce. Well, I know, like, it doesn't need sauce, of course, but I wanted to make one for fun that day. All right. Let's see. Let's get this interview pulled up. Let's get into this thing. Tucker Carlson, Nick Fuentes. Tucker Carlson got a lot of shit for this. God damn. So loud. I have to adjust that volume a little bit. Tucker got a lot of shit for this. People really deciding that Nick Fuentes is too evil to platform. See, and this is the thing. I think this is what people don't understand. Someone like me, who's never really, who's never been in sync with Fuentes, right? Like, the moment you say, no, we can't platform this guy and you can't hear what he has to say. Well, now I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? Now I have to fucking listen to him. It's fine ignoring him before, but now you say he can't be platformed and you go after people who just interview him. And I'm like, well, now I have to listen to him. Now I have to be there to figure out if the censorship is appropriate, which typically it can't be. Can't be appropriate to censor people. It's against the whole fucking point. And yeah, of course Tucker gets shit no matter what he does. I think he likes it, Davapo. They're not stoner sunglasses. Stoner sunglasses look a little different. I should try and find some. Cup of Soothe says, taking on XL Energy Pro Se and holding my own. Smart meters conduct Fourth Amendment searches with the state actor authority. 52 CV 25457. And that's pretty interesting, of course. Cup of Soothe. I was talking about quasi-government entities, and becoming state agents, state actors, just a day or two ago. I think it was maybe 2 days ago. I think it was on the last public stream I did. And so we'll maybe check this out sometime soon, because that's a good question. Is a smart meter, which measures and reports back your energy usage, and can even shut off certain appliances like air conditioners and stuff like that. Does that violate the Fourth Amendment? Interesting question. What's an example of quasi-state actors? Like what is it, BlackRock or whatever, where they, like a private security company that takes on a policing power, a police authority at the behest of the U.S. government, either on a one-off basis or a semi-permanent basis, where you have agents in the field for a long time, or they're these independent contractors out on doing military operations effectively. That would be an example. Other examples would be, oh boy, it has to be a traditional government role that's being done, and a company working at the behest of the government entity. It doesn't have to be the federal government. It could be a state government or municipal government, etc. But that's basically it. Social media following government orders during COVID, the Big Bird 7. See, this is the thing. That has not been, to my knowledge, deemed a quasi-government actor, although it probably should, right? And then acting as censors as well, banning people and that curtailed their First Amendment rights. And those First Amendment rights then were taken by private companies, but they were working at the behest of the U.S. government. If they become quasi-state actors, then the taking of those rights or the interference with those rights would be challengeable. If they're just private companies, they're not challengeable. So these are the kind of questions we need to ask. Cup of Soothe says, they brought police to my door to install it on my Rumble channel. I think you're saying them bringing the police. You have the recording on your Rumble channel. They didn't bring it on your Rumble channel. All right, let's start this interview though. Oh shit. I do need to put the... Okay, we've got the super tip links up in both Rumble and YouTube chats. Make sure to check those out if you are interested in participating in the show. All forms of that participation are welcome and very much appreciated. You guys' contributions are what allow me to do the show, and I thank you for them, of course. That being said, super tips is an excellent way to do it because, frankly, if you send in $10 via super chat, I get $7 if it comes through a Google device. I get less if it comes from an Apple device. I think $5.10. If you send in $10 through super tips, I get $9. There you go. So if you want to support creators that you like you want them to get more of the money that you send in, super tips the way to go. But you are welcome to participate in any way. Super chats, Rumble rants are, of course, appreciated as well. And locals chats as well. Thank you. Thank you guys for that. We got a couple more and then we'll start the video here. We've got Critical Assault Theory 208 says there's only two sides, white liberal women or big-nosed Jews like you. And we're going to win because we are God's people. Stella AI VTuber says, remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot, for I see no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Thank you, Stella AI, for reminding us that it is the 5th of November. With that, let's get started.
Yes, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I wanted to meet you. I've heard about you.
I've heard about you.
So, well, thank you. I want to understand what you believe, and I want to give you a chance in a minute to just lay it out.
I just want to take a side note for a second. Do you hear, the fucking bass that the SB7, the mic that all these guys use adds? I actually don't like it. Like I've come to hate it. But Tucker sounds wildly different than he did on Fox because he's got this mic that so favors adding that, that deep presence of bass in the voice of everyone who uses it. And it adds it in there. It's not even natural. And gets annoying to me. Like it distorts it too much. I don't like it. I know everybody else does. I think it's pretty shitty.
Not what you're pivoting against, which are a lot of the same thing. I agree with you on some of the things you're pivoting against for sure, but what do you affirmatively believe? So I just want to stand back and let you explain it. But first I want to understand how you got to where you are, how you became Nick Fuentes. So this is my understanding of your life arc, and tell me if I'm wrong. You show up at Boston University. You grew up in a suburb of Chicago, kind of working class, western suburb, and you show up at Boston University in the fall of 2016 at the height of the battle between Trump and Hillary. It's like this kind of pivot point in history. And you show up with a MAGA hat and you have a Trump hat and you have like basically off the shelf Republican views.
Yes.
And so describe the views that you had then, and then describe what happened.
What is this intro? Look at me, I'm a part. All right, Tucker, that's not an acceptable intro. I've never, since he became independent, I've never actually watched his show. I may have seen a couple clips, but not really. I like Tucker Carlson a bunch, but I really liked him on Fox because of that face that he would always make listening to some idiot just babble on. It's like he had this open mouth listening face. And I don't know, man. It was so funny because it was like almost disrespectful, but it was just how he listened. And I don't know if you get that anymore. I just don't know because I haven't watched. I have no idea. We've got Thermasius over on Locals, just real quick, says, are you still in a dumb lawsuit with the melon fucker? No, actually, he gave up the lawsuit a while back. And so then he declared victory, which is weird. Like he sued me and then he withdrew the lawsuit and then he declared victory. So I guess he won. You got it.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I was very political. I was reading a lot of the libertarian stuff, Austrian school, Chicago school.
Just want to, again, observations. Look at how little Nick looks compared to Tucker. Also, both of their postures are fucking atrocious. Come on, boys. Shoulders back. What are we doing? Why do you look like this? Sit up straight. Good Lord. We need some like grandmother to come in and shame them.
School economic type literature, because that's what was popular at the time. If you went online in the early 2010s, That's all the conservative content there really was. That was the most extremely online type
Libertarian
stuff.
economics.
Well, yeah, basically kind of the remnant of the Ron Paul revolution.
Yes.
The Young Americans for Liberty, PragerU, which kind of skews a little more, I guess.
Can you imagine how irritating it was to be around Nick Fuentes back when he like first started? I'm not talking about now and what he's become. Like he comes in, he's like a bog standard conservative Republican. He's like reading books on economics, and God, he just sat there and talked about it all the fucking time. Be that guy. Have you heard of Mises? Have you heard of him? Have you heard of Mises? Yes.
Conservative, but very basic small government, individualism, libertarian type stuff.
So you watch PragerU videos?
Oh, yeah. I was in the Prager Force.
What's that?
Embarrassing is what that is. In the Prager Force?
It's a Facebook group for college kids, and they promote the PragerU videos.
Wow.
That's of the college students and high school
So you really
students.
were a product of the moment.
Absolutely.
And how'd you feel about Trump?
Well, initially, I didn't like Trump. When the primary started in 2015, I considered him to be a statist.
Yeah.
Which sounds so ridiculous now.
No, a lot of people.
Why does that sound ridiculous? I mean, Trump is a statist in many ways. If you don't want to call him a statist, he's a populist nationalist. He's relatively authoritarian, but he's fucking hilarious. So that works, and he's a better option than the Democrats have fielded. So there's that too.
People thought that.
Yeah. And I was a libertarian, so I saw him as a big government, 1990s liberal. When he was asked about healthcare, he said,
literally is a 1990s liberal. I mean, Trump was a Democrat back in the 90s.
well, we'll take care of everybody. And I said, I'm a Rand Paul guy, Ted Cruz guy. Those were kind of my people back in 2015.
You like Ted Cruz?
I was a cruise missile.
Does Cruz know this?
I don't think.
Okay, all these little nicknames, not helping the gay rumors. Not at all. As a gay, my every time it comes around, boom, boom, woo.
So, no. I was actually on his campaign.
You were on the Ted Cruz campaign?
I don't know if I was on the campaign, but I door knocked in a little village in Chicago in McKinley Park for Ted Cruz.
No way.
In the Illinois primary.
Did he write you a thank you note?
No, I didn't get a thank you. He lost, so I guess.
Yeah, he did. He did in a very humiliating way. Wow, that's amazing. So what happened?
So I, like everybody else in 20.
Found out about Jews. Found out about Jews. Found out about Jews. Holy shit. Someone in the Rumble chat, it's your fault. Who brought up, was it the Gin Blossoms? Found out about you? Someone just mentioned that independently, and now my head is thinking of found out. Yes. Thank you, my cat typed this. Singing Gin Blossoms found out about you. But no, it's found out about Jews.
16 went through this ideological awakening. And first I shifted to Trump. And the first realization that I had is it started in 2016, actually, because the primaries, started in 15, around April or May, I think was the first announcements. And I had very negative feelings about Trump. And like I said, pro Rand Paul, pro Cruz. But when the actual Iowa caucus happened and the primaries began, I saw that Trump was down.
I just hate his voice. I hate it. I don't know why. Like, this is not, like, it doesn't matter. Well, it might matter a little bit, but I think he needs to work on it, honestly. I think he does. I mean, he's talking to an SB7 mic, and I just talked about it. They add that bass roll to everything, and he sounds like this is hard to describe. How do we do this? This isn't real. It's a perception, but it hear me out. I can place my voice like from anywhere between, the middle to the back of my throat to the front of my mouth. And I know I'm not actually placing my voice there, like I'm not retarded, but it has something to do with the perception that my brain has when I modulate different muscle movements or how my vocal cords are doing when I raise or lower my pitch. And there's all sorts of other things that go into that, right? I noticed it particularly it changes a lot during singing. His voice comes from way back here. Like it comes from back here. You can hear it. A lot of air is coming up through his throat and then out his mouth. He needs to push his voice forward into his mouth. He needs to get it out of the back of his throat. I'm serious. Like this is just personal opinion. I'm not saying advice. Like I'm not here to give Nick Fuentes advice. He doesn't care anyway. He needs to add maturity to his voice. He needs to start sounding like a man. Right now, he still sounds like a college kid. Like he still sounds like a fucking annoying kid that you don't want to listen to because his voice comes from way back here. And that's something you can consciously do. You can move that around, but it takes intentionality and practice. And then eventually, you'll work into it. But I think he's going to have a real perception problem doing all this because he sounds like a kid. He doesn't sound like a fucking man. And he should. He's old enough to sound like a man. He needs to work on that. This is politics. And if you're going to be in politics, if you're going to push into the mainstream America and start demanding that people listen to you, listen to your ideas, and then eventually adopt your policies, it's got to come from someone that doesn't sound like you need to discipline them. Like, come on. It just annoys the shit out of me.
Dominating. And every night in the Super Tuesday, when they had all the big contests, one after the other, I remember the media was furious that he was winning.
And I want to be clear, that's nothing to do with his ideas or policies. It's not a judgment on him in that way. And it's not even a judgment. I'm just saying, he's making a lot of changes to push himself towards the mainstream. And I'm all for that. Like, I don't care if I agree or disagree with him. I don't know if I agree or disagree with him. But if he's going to be in the mainstream, I think he really does need to work on that, work on his presence and presentation, because every vote counts, man. Every vote counts. And those votes being turned off by the grating nature of how you communicate is silly. Why would you waste it on that?
Winning one after the other. And I remember thinking to myself, like, structurally, if I'm a libertarian or a conservative and we want to change the country, we have to win elections. If you want to win elections, you have to bypass the media. I sort of had this realization that the media was really standing in the way. They were the problem. And I had this realization that all the conservatives and Republicans up to that point were afraid to take on the media. They, like Mitt Romney, would cower before them and were so apologetic and so weak. And so initially I said,
that breathing is pretty wild. Like sniffling like me. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke.
I actually don't ideologically agree with Trump at all, but he will destroy the liberal media, or at least their monopoly on thought and opinion.
Yes.
And then a breakthrough can occur. So that was kind of the first hump. And I said, I could get behind Trump because he's a winner. He'll win for our side. And that was kind of the first big thing. And then as I listened to him more and more, his speeches and his rhetoric, I started to think about immigration.
Which you hadn't really considered before?
Never. And the reason why is because I was from a 95% white suburb. So the diversity had not really reached my corner of Chicago yet.
That just explained so much. That explains so much about Nick Fuentes that it's amazing. Good pause. Cup of Soothe says I'm mad at the Jews. Who isn't these days? Maybe we should be. Maybe they deserve it. I don't know.
We were me and my family, not so much my family, they grew up in the city, but growing up in the suburbs, I was insulated from that. So it was just not even, it's actually, you're going to love this. This is, I don't know if I've ever even said this on an interview before. I was listening to Mark Levin's.
Dude, listen to all that breathe in. Calm it down, my friend. These are just things that, again, I don't think they should be relevant, but they're going to be. They're going to be things that people nitpick over and over. I think if he works on his, I literally think his ideas will be more palatable if he doesn't sound like someone who's never experienced anything in their entire life, right? Like, again, we've all met that guy. Well, if you've ever met someone who's into politics in college, you've all met the guy who I'm talking about. They just cannot stop talking politics and telling you about their ideas and what they read about and the news of the day. And have you heard about this? And you're like, I'm trying to talk to women. Like, will you please go away? Like, will you not do this? He just, he's got this look about him. And I think that, again, I only think this because he's trying to enter into mainstream politics and bring America first into that. If you're going to do that, you can't look like you can't look like this. You can't look like a gremlin who is childish. You've got to work on those things. It's superficial. It's petty. I know. I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of his ideas. I think it has everything to do with getting people to listen to him.
This goes to show how normie I was.
Actually?
I listen to him every day.
You listen to Mark Levin every day?
In high school, yes.
Wow.
I was a fan. I loved his show. And I actually liked how he was kind of obnoxious and mean to his callers.
Yeah.
Vicious. And I liked that. I thought that was funny. But I'll never forget one show. He goes live and he says, America's becoming a majority non-white country. Does anybody think that's a good idea? And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that actually doesn't sound so good. I didn't really even think that America's becoming majority minority like that.
Wait, so you were radicalized on race by Mark Levin?
Yes.
Are you making that up? That's
a real story.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. He planted the seed at least. And then I saw a graphic
deep in my mouth
on 4chan or Twitter, and I'm sure you've seen something similar. It said, this is what the map looks like, the electoral map, if only men vote, if only women vote, if only whites vote, if only non-whites vote. And it became very obvious what the electoral problem.
I don't want anybody to misunderstand this. Again, Nick Fuentes is successful in his political endeavors. He's trying to become more mainstream, right? And these are my criticisms. I have no business actually criticizing Nick Fuentes in his efforts. Like he is wildly successful at it, far beyond what I believe he merits personally, which means like he's right. Like he's right and I'm wrong. Like these are just my personal opinions. They don't matter. This is a show where I talk about what I think, so I'm going to do that. But Nick Fuentes should not take my advice as if it's, actually valid. It's just my opinion of what will make him more palatable to the American people. He's more palatable to the American people than I am. So, I mean, this is the I'm way down the totem pole on that. So don't think I'm trying to speak from authority here. I'm not. I'm just speaking on my own personal opinions and what annoys me about the delivery of his message, which it makes it hard for me to even hear it.
Problem is it's demographics. These immigrants are coming here. They're going to turn Texas blue like they turned California blue.
Yeah. I saw it happen.
Yeah. And, you look at even the opinion polls. These people don't believe in free speech. They don't believe in the Constitution, the Second Amendment. As a libertarian, the things that are, and as American, things that are important to you, they don't believe, they don't understand these things. And so I said, that's another political obstacle. You've got the media, you've got immigration. So I'm thinking like, well, we're going to vote for Ted Cruz. He's going to be the constitutionalist. We'll vote for Rand Paul. He'll be the libertarian. But what stands in the way of political power for us? It's the media and it's immigration. So I said, well, we got to get Trump to beat the media, build the wall, deport the illegals. And once we set the country straight, then we can actually have our constitutional republic back. That was kind of the idea. And that's the mindset that I had going into college.
Amazing. So then what happened?
Is that amazing? What's amazing about that? Like I think I'm older than him. So that's not the mindset I had going into college. I'd been graduated from college over a decade at this point. But what's amazing about that? Like what's revolutionary about that? Is it amazing because he was going into college? Like, and he's thinking that then? Like, I don't think it's that interesting, deep or advanced of a thought. So I'm curious as to what Tucker is saying is amazing there. And what am I fucking missing?
So I go to college and I'm just at that point a huge Trump supporter. And you got to understand, for me, for my generation, so I was 18. I turned 18 in August 2016. And to us, Trump,
amazing.
Yeah. Well, because we're like the first generation that
Tucker's like, oh crap. He's so young.
that was influenced by Trump coming of age in that moment.
No, I say it's amazing because when you're living in something, you don't appreciate its full significance. But to be 18 in August of 2016, so this really is, as you're forming your...
There's a lot of people who are 18 in August of 2016, Tucker. Fucking millions of them. What are you talking about? And someone just said amazing equals Carlson. Wait, no. What was it? You were missing Tucker's amazing interviewing skills. Right now, they're pretty shitty. Like I would imagine it's got to get better, but just sitting there going, amazing. Wow. Oh my. Ooh, is not what I want to hear from Tucker. I want to hear Tucker challenge Nick too. Like, and I hope he does later on.
Reviews and really yourself.
Yes.
In the middle of this. We'll admit that we are not the most disciplined snackers when the pantry snack and not deal with the consequences. Vandy crisps. Only airless potatoes, sea salt, but really poor. They are, you can't. VandyCrisp.com. Ordering online. Stop at your local Sprouts supermarket.
You know, so for us, he was like the savior of Western civilization. We looked at him as like and by we, I mean me and all the online kids, teenagers that supported him. We really believed the hype. Like Teflon Don, like he could go into any scenario and win. Like he was unstoppable, unflappable.
I mean, he kind of still does. What are you talking about? Like, he was unflappable. Trump is going into every scenario and effectively, I mean, winning insofar as he's maintaining his base, he's affecting his policies, and he's implementing the things he wants to implement. That's winning, I believe. He's not winning over Democrats, but so who cares? He won't. There's nothing he can do to do that.
Lappable. Nobody could score points on him. He just seemed like, you know, they said you can't stump the Trump. Like he could not be stumped. And so he just had this aura of inevitability, invincibility. And I loved that. And so I went to Boston University. I got on campus in September, and I was wearing my MAGA hat everywhere, in the dining hall, walking down the street. And it's,
oh God, it's fucking insufferable. Jenny LJ gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Jenny. Really appreciate that. Those of you who got memberships, I hope you enjoy them, and maybe send Jenny a little thank you.
It's a city campus. So you're walking down Commonwealth Avenue and, you know, you're in the city of Boston, which is super liberal. And at that time, it's different than it was now. People were getting fired for wearing MAGA hats. People were getting punched in the face. It was like being a Trump supporter was out there actually back then. It was controversial. It was controversial everywhere, not even, you know, just in liberal Boston. But so I was wearing my hat everywhere, and I was just getting accosted constantly. in the dining hall, people come up and yell in my face. Some black girl in a hijab ran up to me and said, you know what you're supporting? You're racist. This. And I'm trying to get my pizza. I'm trying to get my oatmeal or whatever at the
my oatmeal. She's like, you know you're racist. He's like, you have no idea. Here it comes. Just watch. Just you wait. Just you wait. Oh. Hello, lovely. Yes, I know Trump has actually lost a lot of his base. His base, they don't matter as much anymore, right? Like, he's a lame duck president. So he has the ability now to just do whatever he's going to do. He doesn't have to worry about shoring up his base so much. He does, insofar as he's going against Congress or going against the Supreme Court, because the perception of political authority manifesting the political will of the people in the executive, that's what matters. That is the power of the executive. If Congress believes that the executive is more popular than them, or popular enough to be dangerous, then the executive is. Like, it's literally, again, I compared it to fiat currency the other day because that's what it's like. It manifests itself. It's self-manifesting, self-actualizing. He looks like a kid on a roller coaster. Whee! Ah. This is an unfair pause. Come on, Nick. You wear your sunglasses at night, you fucking pussy boy. That was from Cool Boy. Yes, I do. You fucking pussy boy also. Nah, man, I just I started to like, I like sunglasses. I think they're cool. I think I like the aesthetic of them. They reduce the amount of fucking bright lights that are in my face for multiple hours at a time. It reduces eye strain. I kind of like it. So,
dining hall, this was happening constantly. And so I was going then on Twitter, and I had a small Twitter account with my real name.
One thing I hate is the fucking suit tidal wave. This is when you know your posture has gone to absolute shit. And it's when like your Quasimodo hump from your suit comes up over your collar, and like you can't do that. These are the things that he's got to work on. They're all things. At 25, my posture was garbage too. Like I get it. Work on it. Work on your posture. When you sit up straight or stand up straight, you look like a fucking person instead of like a sad weirdo. And you got to stop. Like, he and Tucker both have just atrocious posture here, and maybe it's the podcast setup, but so what? This is your introduction to the fucking world. Like, sit up. God, no extra gravy for you.
Name and face, and I had maybe 200 followers, and I'm posting about my experiences, and I caught the attention of a lot of people on campus for wearing the hat, for posting on Twitter, and they found my Twitter.
You've only been there like a month?
Less, weeks, maybe 3 weeks. This is starting to kick up. And I catch the attention of my peers, and they start going at me on Twitter and giving me death threats. We're going to kill you. How dare you? If I see you, I'm going to beat your ass, that kind of thing. And this is my first experience with this. Now we're all kind of desensitized to it, but that was my first run-in with.
Cool Boy 52 says, Nick, I'm the real cool boy, except no substitutes. I'm just a real cool boy. You gave me ironing tips last year. That's amazing. Timebender says, you ate another man's jizz. One, no, I didn't. But let's say I did. Nick's got a cum hunting problem too. So like we're on par with each other on that one. But I'll take it.
With this intensity from the left. So I file a police report. I get real nervous.
Asius Spades 88 says, I keep looking for legitimate criticisms of Nick and I never hear any. And I stated straight out, like, these aren't criticisms of his ideas. These are criticisms of his delivery and his presentation and his ability to deliver those ideas. Like, it's the fucking key that opens the door, man. Again, it's not fair. anybody should be like, anybody's ideas are valid or whatever, but do you want to listen to like the homeless guy with no teeth? You probably don't. Doesn't matter how smart he is. You got to get around that perception first. I've said this about trials so many times and how people dress and everything. It's not fair. All right, let's just get that out of the way. I know it's not fair that your little boyfriend doesn't come across as palatable. So make yourself fucking palatable so your ideas can get into the American mainstream. Like, if that's what you want to do, you got to do it. It's not fair. We can all just get past it. Get the fuck over it. We know it's not fair, but it just is. It just is. Until people accept that, they're always going to they're going to miss opportunities. They're going to push people away because they wouldn't take 10 minutes and just make themselves a little bit more presentable in one way or another. It depends what you're doing and where you're going. You're going into American mainstream. You can't sound like a 22-year-old college kid. You can't. You're not going to succeed. If you want to get those ideas that maybe we'll get to legitimately criticize when you start saying them, this is all background, right? Like, this is backstory. If you want to get those ideas into the American public, you've got to be able to be listened to by American public. They have to have a reason to do so. You tell a guy who's 38 years old who's driven like a fucking coal mine cart for the past decade to listen to Nick Fuentes. Like, why would he?
And, when you're a student, you can't really avoid other people. You're in a dorm room, exactly. You're in the, so you're vulnerable. And anyway, long story short, so one of these guys from the campus libertarian group, Young Americans for Liberty, he reaches out to me and says, hey, I'm not going to say his name.
Doctor of Dragon Studies says, instead be like Ricada and look like a 43-year-old college kid. Yeah, I'm not trying to become mainstream American politics. There's a massive difference in what my goal is versus his. He would think my goal is gay, and that's funny if you can get the reference from it based on what he thinks is gay. I have a different target audience than what he does. I'm talking about, if I was trying to do what he's trying to do, I would be following my own advice, but I'm not.
Name, but he goes, I go to a school in Boston. I'm from YAL. He said, and I'd like to set up a debate with you and one of these people that's been giving you a hard time on campus because they were doing a lot of events. He said, is that something you're interested in? I said, absolutely. And so he goes around and he asks some of the bigger people that are antagonizing me on Twitter, and everybody says no. And he goes, yeah, no one's going for it. I said, well, can you try again? Can you? And so he finds one guy, and it turns out to be the student body president of the whole university.
Could be you.
Yeah, the senior, this liberal douchebag progressive. And he's the student body president of the student government there. And so we set up the debate. It was about a week before the actual election. So I think it was end of October, beginning of November. And they hold it in this auditorium in the center of the campus, and like 300 people show up. So it turns into like this huge, and they're all liberal. They all hate my guts. They're heckling me the whole time. They're yelling at me. We do this debate about Trump versus Hillary. And so I'm there and I'm pro-Trump, and I say, I think Trump's going to win. And I'm straight up like ripping the Ben Shapiro talking points. I'm saying, it's got everything to do with culture and nothing to do with race, and diversity's a problem.
Judge Amati says Fuentes isn't trying to be mainstreamed. He's being pushed into it. What are you talking about? He's not trying to. He literally offered amnesty to people he had beef with in the past and criticisms. What do you mean? He's made an open, overt, intentional push towards the mainstream to moderating his sort of comedic and shock style that he had before. How can you say he's not trying to make a push into mainstream? He definitely is. I mean, he openly and overtly is.
And all this, and I decisively win the debate. It's like not even close. The debate wraps up, and this girl who I think I had talked to her on Twitter once or twice, comes running up to the stage after the
I don't believe he's talked to a girl.
debate, and it's Cassie Dillon. And at this time, she's a fellow at Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro's company. And like I said, I barely knew her. And she comes running up and she says, oh my gosh, I live streamed this debate on Periscope on Twitter. She said, and 30,000 people watched it, and you have like 5 job offers. You did incredible. I said, wow, I don't know what to say. That's great. She goes,
You're 18 years old.
yes. So it's like happening very quickly for me, you know? And she goes, do you want to do a post-game interview after the debate? I said, sure. And so she asked me about how I thought the debate went and what my views are and things like that. And, very normal stuff. And then at the end, she says, I just got back from doing study abroad in Israel. She goes, and it was amazing. Would you ever take a trip to Israel? And I said, no, I think I got everything I need right here in America. And she goes, oh, okay. And she wraps up the interview. And that was a little bit of foreshadowing.
L55 asked what I'm munching on. These are they're ghost pepper cheddar meat sticks from a local meat place. They're pretty fucking good.
And this begins a relationship, not a romantic relationship, but we become friends and we start talking. And she's plugged in, like I said, at Daily Wire. She's talking to people at Right Side Broadcasting Network, the college Republicans. I start to develop this friendship with her. And over time, she lands me this show on Right Side Broadcasting Network. And in this time, I'm really starting to lean into America first. I'm becoming more pro-Trump as time goes on. And what really stood out to me was Trump's inaugural address in January 17th. So this was just a couple months later. And in Trump,
I mean, let me just say, I've talked to women who have hung around Nick Fuentes. I know how he acts around them. Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Trump's inaugural, he says famously, a new vision will govern our land. It's going to be only America first, America first. And I said, that's me. Like, that's what I believe. Yeah. I'm an American nationalist.
Me too.
Fully.
Matt all day asked if I can explain the cum hunter thing. Okay. Briefly, Nick Fuentes had his like second in command, his best friend, I think his name was Jaden, who lived with Nick for a while. All right. And they had a breakup. they were no longer friends or whatever. Here's the thing, like, when I'm saying like he sounds like an annoying college kid, all of the people he associated with, it was seriously like a college Republicans group that just never quit. They were just always together and kept going. They persisted on. They all looked like children, and it was weird to see them, like, frankly. It's not their fault, right? They are young. They're young. Most of them are too young to hold office even. So like they have to wait. And as they get older, we'll see them maybe enter into the political arena in that way. Who knows? That being said, Jaden told this story that Nick had Jaden live with him for a while. Jaden slept on a couch, I believe, is the story as it goes, and Jaden said that when he left, or maybe a couple different instances while he was there, Nick literally came out and blacklighted the couch that Jaden slept on, cum hunting, like trying to find out if there was semen on the couch. And like after Jaden's girlfriend would come over and stuff like that. It was kind of fucking weird. I don't know. That's the cum hunting thing. Is it true or not? I have no fucking idea. It is funny. But it came from Jaden at the time that Jaden was breaking off from Nick. So who knows what gets said, if it's bad blood or like in silliness, or if it's true. I have no idea. don't really care. I thought the story was funny in and of itself. And from what I've heard from people who hung around him, like that's in character. Okay, like that's all I'll say. But I don't know him, so it's just a silly thing. Those meat sticks are loud as hell. Oh, I'm sorry. And thank you for what was it, MG Law, for the raid. Welcome to the show, to all your viewers. Thanks for hanging out. We're talking politics here
at this point, not even a conservative. And there was one thing that happened just before that really struck me as strange. And I've told this story before. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but suffice to say, Barack Obama, in the lame duck period, so the Democrats lost the election. He's on his way out. There's a resolution of the Security Council condemning the settlements in the West Bank in Israel. And typically, the U.S. delegation will veto those resolutions condemning Israel. Well, Obama's on his way out. He's got nothing to lose. So the U.S. delegation abstains from the resolution, and it passes. And Fox News and all the pro-Israel conservatives are calling him an anti-Semite. They're saying he hates Jews. He's an anti-Semite. He hates Israel. And I saw that, and it struck me as strange because it seemed hypocritical. It seemed like how when conservatives would critique anything about race, we got called racist, or anything about feminism, we got called sexist. All Obama did was uphold U.S. policy on the West Bank that we've had since '67, which is we don't support the settlements. I said, how is it anti-Semitic to just be consistent on our U.S. foreign policy? Like I said, which is a Republican-Democrat consensus. And I got attacked for this. I wrote a big article about this. I tweeted about it. I tweeted to Ben Shapiro. I said, I've never seen anything on the Daily Wire that's actually critical of Israel. And he quote tweets me.
Well, yeah. Wait, is that surprising? Never seen anything on the Daily Wire. Isn't it just like 19 Jews? They're all named Shapiro.
And at this time, I have 1,000 followers on Twitter.
How old are you?
I'm 18. I'm a freshman.
Still a freshman in college, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this is even before I started my show. And I don't know, I probably got 100 likes on this tweet. It wasn't a viral tweet. He quote tweets me and says, to accuse a Jew of dual loyalty is the surest sign of anti-Semitism. And this is how it sort of begins. And I see this tweet. And by the way, that was on Christmas Eve in 2016.
He immediately called you an anti-Semite.
Mm-hmm. So I'm driving to Christmas Eve Mass with my family, and I see on Twitter, the notification comes up, Ben Shapiro quote tweets me, calling me an anti-Semite. And I was like,
well, are you? Is he anti-Semitic? I think that's I don't know. I wouldn't make the accusation, but let's ask the question. Nick, are you anti-Semitic?
What is this? Why is this guy attacking me? Because I don't have a platform at this time. I'm not an influential guy or anything. And so then I put out another tweet similar. I
mean, I don't care if he's anti-Semitic, but he's talking about someone calling him that. Well, are you?
Said something like, if you're China first, you should live in China. If you're Mexico first, you should live in Mexico. If you're Israel first, maybe you should go live in Israel. And again, he quote tweets me and says, you're an anti-Semite.
Robert Burble says, are you an istophobe? Who cares? He does, right? Because he's talking about it. It mattered to him. It's important. He cares about whether he's an anti-Semite or not, or at least whether he's perceived as one. I don't care if he's anti-Semitic. Doesn't bother me. If he is or isn't, I don't give a shit. You'll learn this. I don't care if people are racist. I don't care if they're sexist. It doesn't matter to me. I may not agree with their position, but I don't give a shit what they believe. Go for it.
That same night?
This was, I think, a couple weeks later. Happened a little bit further down the line. And so...
Were you surprised that he knew you were?
Yeah, I was. I was surprised at why he cared.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, how does he even know who I am or what I'm about? And it turned out that Cassie Dillon, she had texted him earlier and she wanted him to take me under his wing. She texted him after that debate and said, you know, you really like this guy. He's amazing. He did this great debate. She goes, but he's a little too pro-Trump. He's a little too Trumpy. And he goes, I'll take a look. And so I guess the two of them were kind of like grooming me in a sense. They wanted me to go maybe and be a Daily Wire or maybe looking me as a potential conservative activist or influencer. And so they started paying attention to me. And the more critical of Israel I was, I started to get this really intense pushback from the both of them and from a lot of the people at Daily Wire.
Why do you think, so you're an 18-year-old college freshman, you're clearly talented and you're engaged, you're really interested, and you ask not crazy questions like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
And rather than explain it, they just call you a racist, call you an anti-Semite. Like, that's the first response.
That's literally everybody, though. Anybody who makes an uncomfortable statement about reality gets called an ist, like automatically, because the method of attack can't be to address what you just said. It can't be to address fact. It has to be to take you down, take you out. Don't worry about answering the question, just discredit the questioner.
That seems like the least effective.
It's not, this isn't special against Fuentes. And Tucker says it seems like the least effective. No, it's been a wildly fucking effective for decades. What are you talking about? They're losing it now. They're finally losing it a little bit. Identity politics is finally going away. But calling someone an ist has been insanely effective. Where are you, Tucker? Where have you been?
Well, it turned out to be not very effective in your case, but that seems like the least.
What do you mean it turned out to be not very effective in his case? I mean, if you're trying to convince Nick Fuentes, yeah, calling him a racist isn't going to convince him. But if you're trying to convince everybody else to not listen to Nick Fuentes, yeah, he's been ostracized since 2016. Like, he's only recently becoming like something that someone's taken more seriously. He's been jokeified and otherized by these people really effectively. America First hasn't even been accepted in the Republican Party that they purport to support. And a lot of it has to do with being called an ist. What are we doing? Why are people like this?
Least effective thing you could do. Why do you think they did that?
Well, I think that you have to look at it not in retrospect, because hindsight is 20/20. And so looking back, you could say they made a terrible mistake because look at sort of what they provoked or what they catalyzed. But at that time, you got to consider, I'm 18 with no following, with no network. I'm coming from the suburbs of Chicago. My parents didn't go to college. I have no connections. And so for them, it was very easy that if they detected that a promising young guy was going to become anti-Israel in the conservative movement, they could crush that person easily and grind them under the heel. So they sort of were alerted, oh, there's a precocious young guy that isn't on board with Israel. We'll keep an eye on him. And if he gets too vocal or popular, we'll cut him down. We'll crush him. Because at this time, as you know, in 2017, it's a very different time. 2016, 17,
Yeah.
Any criticism or dissent on the subject was a death sentence. You became radioactive, unhireable, blacklisted, and that's exactly what happened. And basically from then on, it was just this escalating series of blacklisting, censorship, hit pieces, rumors to try to ostracize me from the movement. And
While you're a college student?
yes, as a freshman, yeah.
Most coffee companies sell weakness, watered down
Holy
drinks from faceless corporations that don't care about you or your family. It's Real Coffee's web to run it. And sure, Berkeley on makes visit coffee.com. Code Tucker.
Company.
Pick it up at your local convenience or grocery store. You will love it. So looking back with that 2020 hindsight, I mean, Ben Shapiro seems like a big part of your political evolution.
Yes.
You went from a fan / acolyte to an opponent and then just pivoted against everything
Yeah.
that he believes.
Yeah. It was because it was this new dialectic that.
Ew. To be fair, Ben Shapiro pivoted against his own beliefs as well. He flip-flopped on Trump all over the place. Could not get a grip on what his conservatism meant. And can you blame him? I mean, the Daily Wire is a fucking money printer, and that's where Ben Shapiro is. Like, Ben Shapiro is a money printing machine. He is no longer a voice of American politics. He's completely useless. And the Israel issue compromises him entirely, because anything involving Israel, Ben Shapiro automatically now is in it.
Trump forced.
Yeah.
Trump planted the seed.
And the seed was America first.
Yes.
So once you accept that, a lot of the way we're doing things becomes impossible to support or justify.
Right. The contradiction becomes apparent. It gets moved to the center, and it becomes unignorable if you're consistent.
So what kind of efforts did they make to make you go away?
So this is a couple of months down the line. You know, first they would try to dissuade me from asking questions, because I was friends with a lot of the Daily Wire writers, not just Cassie Dillon, but many of them were Jewish. And I would ask them point blank. I would say, so why do we give Israel all this money? $3.8 billion per year? What is that for? And they would say, well, you know, there's a really good answer for that, but you're asking it in the wrong way. You're asking it in an anti-Semitic way. I'd say, I'm asking for the proof. You know, what's the argument there? And so first it was this.
I mean, the way he just asked that question, the answer is pretty simple. Well, they're our ally, because we've established a treaty with them, in which we have promised to provide those protection and capital and resources. We've found that there's an American interest in defending Israel, and that's what manifested in the treaty. Whether or not you agree with that, like, that's the answer. I mean, that is the why. Well, why did we give $3.8 billion? Because we said we would. You gotta ask why we said we would in the first. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm being too pedantic here.
Sort of, hey man, could you kind of tone it down? Maybe just don't bring that up so much. But I was persistent, because at this time I was genuinely.
Pork Fork says, did I miss it? How is he so well known among Shapiro and company as an 18-year-old nobody? Because this chick who recorded his debate on Periscope, Cassidy, I think he said her name was, she actually pitched him effectively to Ben Shapiro. So he was put on Ben Shapiro's radar by this person who filmed this debate that he won and got 5 job offers for, but like apparently didn't take any of them. I don't know what was up with that. And you got 5 job offers, like, to do what?
Inquisitive. I wanted to know, is there an actual reason? And I was actually expecting that there was a really good reason for all of it. And the more that I read, the more that I dug into the subject, the more I found out there's a lot of these neocon Jewish types behind the Iraq war. There's the foreign aid complex, which is really unique. There's AIPAC, which is this intense foreign lobby where it's bipartisan. It seems to be the only thing that the parties can agree on. And so it just made me burn more with curiosity. So I just kept asking them. And eventually they said, you know what? We're not going to talk to you anymore. And these are my friends. I met them, went to Christmas parties with them. And all of them one day said, you're done. We're blocking you. We're never going to speak to you again. We're never going to have you on our show. And I said, wow, like this seems like inhuman. I'm struck by how impersonal this is. Like, here I thought we're friends, we're all conservatives. Maybe we disagree on one issue. Now I'm being canceled by the right. So I was shocked by this.
When was this?
This was February or March 2017.
So you're still.
Well, so a bunch of people like Israel and Jews, for whatever reason, and you start asking questions and questioning the reasonableness or propriety of liking Israel and Jews, and you're surprised that they're like, yeah, well, maybe we don't like this 18-year-old that we just met as much as we thought we did. Why is this surprising to him? Do people not know like how people behave and react and interact? I guess they don't. Like that's true.
Still a freshman in college.
Yes.
Are you even paying attention to college at this point?
No, not at all. And my grades started to suffer because I was just really focused on this.
So that's pretty young to get canceled and pretty young to have friendships destroyed over politics. Like that's usually, like decades down the line.
Right.
What did you do?
Well, I just became more emboldened. And so I took this story on my show. At this time, I was on RSBN and I had this show, which I named after the inaugural. It's called America First. And I would kind of subtly bring up the Israel topic and say, this is something you're not allowed to talk about. This seems like an apparent contradiction. It's a big problem. And they escalated their attacks. Cassie Dillon would call my boss, who she was friends with, at RSBN every day for weeks, saying, "You'll never believe what Nick said on his show tonight. It's so racist. It's so bad. You got to take him off the air. It's going to make you look bad." And I would then get word from my boss, Joe Seals. He was the founder at Right Side. And he would call me up and say, "I don't know what has gotten into Cassie. I thought you guys were friends, but she is calling me every day hysterically, demanding that I fire you." And I was like, wow, so it just keeps getting worse. It starts with this, they're very weird about the subject. Then they don't want to talk to me. Then they're trying to get me fired. And I'm thinking, okay, so clearly what I'm asking about, there's some truth there that they don't want.
I should have asked you this earlier, did anyone during the course of, pre-cancelization say to you, here are the reasons? You're not asking the question correctly, but there are reasons that our foreign aid to Israel is so high. And here's what they are.
They did, but in a very general and vague way. As you know, it's never specific. They would say things like, well, they're our partner in the Middle East. They're a democracy in the Middle East. Just as very vague. It's rhetorical. And I read the Israel.
Well, I mean, it's kind of rhetorical, but it's also not. Israel is it's an authoritarian democracy. It's kind of like a sham democracy in its own way, but it's a landing strip, if nothing else, in the Middle East. It has a perceived tactical value, if nothing else. I mean, there's other, there are intangibles to things. Israel is, a Judeo-Christian Mecca in its own right, and just the sort of the Christian concept of the Holy Land is manifest in Israel in its own way, or in the only way. I mean, it is the historical place of the Bible, which we put a bunch of stock into as Christians. And the idea of allowing that to be overrun by a bunch of fucking beheading Muslims, it does kind of it should go a little bit to our core, right? It should bother us that if the U.S. didn't step in and intervene or and assist Israel and provide them with weapons and aid, that maybe it would, that would already be a fucking Muslim prayer playing every 5 times a day. But I do think there would be a massive morale impact on America if that happened. If Israel were obliterated as a country, and if the holy sites of Jews and Christians were overrun and buried under new Muslim temples being built or whatever the fuck they would do, I think that would have it's a spiritual effect, right? And you may not agree with the U.S. Basing policy on that, but I think it's not the nature of the spirituality that is the policy basis. The policy basis is the ripple effect it would have on the American people to have the Holy Land destroyed. Like, that would be a problem. Again, it's intangible. You can't answer that question of like, well, what strategic resource is it, et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's not. But it is a thing that matters to a huge percentage of the American public. It just does. Now, Israel's policies and all that, like that, we're coming into conflict with the practicality of it. But I think we're overlooking the spiritual nature of it. Anonymous says, Palestine was ruled by Muslims for 1,400 years, and there is more peace and tolerance for all groups than the last 75 years of Jewish rule, dummy. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but in the last 75 years, Muslims changed quite a bit. Look at Iran, right? Like Iran itself, go back 75 years, Iran's a different place. Dummy. But thanks for the tip. Like, I don't know what to say. Like there's a more, like, again, I'm not saying that this is the right thing to do or not. Like, I don't personally care that much. But if you think there wouldn't be an effect of Israel being overrun by a Muslim country, like, of course it would.
Lobby by Mearsheimer and Stephen Walt, and they break it down very succinctly that there's no real strategic benefit. Actually, there's strategic liability. Eastern Mediterranean is not a strategically important region. The intelligence that Israel provides is not useful. Actually, it's detrimental because they frequently lie. The technology we give them, they pass along to the Chinese, which was a big scandal. So I would give them all this and say, yeah, that's not adding up. And they would say, yeah, well, you really just can't talk about that.
Your friend said that to you?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, so what happened to your job? The Right Side Broadcasting gig?
Eventually I got fired. I got kicked out.
Why?
Because one of these clips that Cassie Dillon had a problem with, she ran it up the flagpole. She took it to Media Matters, actually, which is a left-wing outfit. They're like a cancel mill. And
wait, the Daily Wire person took it to Media Matters?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm 99% sure.
Huh. What was the clip?
It was a clip, ironically, where I was talking about the travel ban, the so-called Muslim ban, and I was defending it. And I said that the First Amendment does not protect foreign nationals. It doesn't protect Salafists, Wahhabis. Right. He's like, I said.
It's actually not true. The First Amendment does protect foreign nationals, anyone under the jurisdiction of the United States. So, like, if you're a foreign national within the U.S. borders, you have full First Amendment protection, just like everybody else. You do have that. So I'm not sure what he's saying here. That he's just objectively wrong. Anyone under the jurisdiction, if you're on a military base in Germany, you have First Amendment rights, like you have your full First Amendment rights. You have your full First Amendment rights at Guantanamo Bay. What do you mean it doesn't protect foreign nationals? Of course it fucking does.
They're saying that there's a constitutional right for radical Muslims to come here. And I said, how are they protected by the First Amendment? They're foreign nationals. And the authorial intent of the First Amendment was actually not even to protect that to begin with. It's kind of anti-Christendom radical ideology. So it's something, ironically, that probably Shapiro and Cassie would agree with, but they recognize the currency that a clip like that would have with the left. Because the left could say, you're Islamophobic, you're racist.
So she brought that to the left, saying, look at...
I mean, I fully supported the travel ban. And I think I openly stated that Trump was 100% correct. The Supreme Court ended up agreeing and saying, he was correct. The travel ban was used language directly from Congress as well as the Constitution. It was obviously right. And it was also one of the most disgusting abuses of having a small district, or small federal district judge overrule the president of the United States, which is an insane thing that we keep allowing. And we have to figure out a different way to do that, right? Like we have to figure out how to stop that from happening, because the delay, the 2-year delay of that judge basically nullified, Trump's efforts to do what he was congressionally and constitutionally empowered to do. Everything was in alignment there. Only one rogue judge said no. I mean, there are other judges would have said no as well, but this one judge in Hawaii overruled the president of the United States and the Congress that wrote the law that gave him the power to do that. So that was a huge problem. That being said, again, anyone who is under the jurisdiction of the United States, which means a foreign national within the borders of the United States or even at a border point, has First Amendment rights. Now, First Amendment rights are, all rights are curtailed at border entry points for various reasons, because the border protection actually outpaces your constitutional rights in some areas and in some regards. But that being said, again, when we go back to this idea that foreign nationals don't have First Amendment protection is just not correct. If you're within the jurisdiction of the United States, you are entitled to it. There's a whole shitload of cases on it.
Look at this guy. It's not that he's anti-Israel, but he's anti-Muslim.
Yes.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yes.
And so that clip appears on Media Matters, which at the time, I was the subject of a lot of attacks from them at the time. And people kind of listened to them.
Yeah.
Including on the right, they listened to them.
Yes.
So what happened?
So I had to write an apology. My boss.
Charlotte Freya says, no, one judge stopped abuse of power, you fuckwit. Are you saying that the travel ban that Trump tried to implement was an abuse of power? Because if you're saying that, you're just fucking wrong. Like, there's no way around this. The Supreme Court came out. It took 2 years for the case to get to them. Supreme Court said Trump absolutely had the authority to do it. The executive order of the travel ban, the language that they used in that executive order is directly from the Immigration and Naturalization Act that was passed by Congress in 1967. I don't remember when the amendment that was passed that gave that specific language was put in, but it was well before Trump was in office. He absolutely had the authority to do it. He used the authority that Congress had given him, plus he used the authority directly from the Constitution. That's the other quote. That letter, that executive order was literally lifted from the fucking law and the Constitution. You can't call it an abuse of power. It was a use of power. It was the exact intended use of power. The Supreme Court came out and was like, yeah, of course he can fucking do it. They used the exact text of all of the controlling law.
Called me up and said, you need to apologize for what you said.
For being anti-Muslim.
Yes. And so I didn't write, I'm sorry, but I had to write something like, well, I should have chosen my words more carefully and this, that, and the other. And
Davapo says, I just took my ADHD meds. You jealous, Nick? Or are you able to get that still? I'm out of Adderall. I need to go in for a med check, and I'm going to try and get my dosage boosted. But I'm out of Adderall currently. I still have modafinil for narcolepsy, which would also be, if I had ADHD, they would prescribe the same thing, Adderall and modafinil. So, yeah, I still get those. But I have modafinil. I forgot to take it today and so I've been really fucking tired.
And ultimately, then they fired me
anyway.
A couple weeks later. Yeah.
What was the pretext for that?
Well, they wanted to get in the White House press office. They wanted a press pass. And they said, it's the stuff you're saying on the show isn't like a good look for Right Side. They're not going to let us into the White House if you're with us. But the pressure in the
Charlotte Freya, why would we want that law rolled back? Why would we want to roll back the ability of a president to, on a temporary basis, suspend immigration from countries with ties to entities or nations that we are presently in military actions against? the authorized use of military force in the Middle East against first Al-Qaeda and then amended later to include ISIS and ISIL. That was in effect at the time. I believe it's still in effect. I believe that we still have the ability to go after, associates of these organizations that have been deemed enemies of the United States. And the ban was specifically targeting 9 Muslim countries, which had strong affiliations with those things. Like that. Why would we want to take away the authority of the president to issue a national security protection, which again, only on a temporary basis would suspend immigration from these countries until a determination could be made on the safety of it? Like, that is insane to not have someone with the authority to stop immigration from a country that might be sending literal terrorists or militants into our borders. Like, why would we want to stop that? It's almost never used. It's only been used in certain instances. And in the instance Trump used it, it was 100% correct. Saying anything else is fucking crazy. Those 9 countries literally were sending people into our country to try and commit acts of terrorism or acts of war. And we're like, oh, no. We don't want to stop that. We don't want to have someone with the power to stop that. Why? And again, on a temporary basis, that must be laid out with the power of Congress to override the executive order as well. Like, what are we talking about? This is like one of the most well-crafted parts of American immigration policy that perfectly coincides with the congressional authority to lay out how immigration works, along with the president's responsibility and duty to protect the United States through military action and through foreign policy. Like, it's the exact thing that they're all supposed to fucking do. Why would we want to roll this back? And it's something that objectively protects us. What are you talking about? Why would we do that? It's one of the best crafted laws we have. Holy shit.
This scenario came exclusively from the Daily Wire.
Yes, because, and here's how I know why. My show got maybe 100 live viewers every night.
Not a powerhouse show.
No. So the Media Matters was not onto me. They were put onto me by people.
Charlotte Freya, you just called me a retard? You don't even know the law. You don't know the history of it. You don't know anything about it at all. You're just like, abuse of power. You're fucking dumb. There's no way. What are you talking about? Yeah, you know what we don't want? We don't want the president to be able to implement a policy that would protect the country from a foreign threat. That would be stupid, right? Like, that's not in the Constitution as his fucking job. Oh, my God. Now I'm getting pissed.
People in the right that wanted me canceled.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. So then what do you do? You're failing in school. Your show just got canceled. What's your plan now?
So I dropped out.
Missed the one before?
And I hated college, and it was very expensive. Even I had a...
missed the one before, Nick. You are a retard. What does that sentence mean? Missed the one before, Nick. Again, your position is that a law that perfectly aligns with the constitutional duties of Congress and the president to protect us from literal foreign threats being imported into our country. Specific, narrowly tailored policy that we don't want that. And again, it's one of the best written things in the Immigration and Naturalization Act. It's one of the most sensical powers of the president and Congress, all working together. And it's effective without question. You're like, no, we don't want this. And you're calling me retarded. That's the dumbest thing you could possibly fucking say. Holy shit. Good Lord.
Substantial scholarship, but it was still expensive and I didn't like it. So my plan was that I was going to go to a different college. I might work for a year, make some money. And eventually I got the show back about a month later. They came back, and by popular demand from my 100 viewers who are very dedicated, Right Side offered.
No read selected chats, you dumb fuck. Patriot Act was used in patriotic people, you fool. The Patriot Act was garbage. But it wasn't used for that. The authorized use of military force was used for that. That wasn't the Patriot Act. Those are two separate things. Authorized use of military force, and you can agree or disagree with its with the propriety of its existence, but it did exist. We were still engaged in literal fucking war with these organizations at the time that Trump implemented this policy to prevent people from those organizations from entering our country through our immigration policy. Why wouldn't we want to do that? You know, prior to 1967, the only way we blocked people from coming into the country was effectively what Trump did. That was the only restriction on immigration, was that if we were at war with someone or if some group was deemed a specific threat to national security, there was a limited and temporary restriction on their ability to enter the country or to pursue any sort of citizenship. It was used very rarely prior to 1967, and it was accelerated in 1985. We started becoming more protectionist around our borders under Reagan. Look, I'm sorry. You're objectively wrong on this. You're just fucking wrong. There's no way around it. There's no argument here. You're not making an argument. You don't have a point. You're not going to win because you are incorrect. And the Supreme Court will come and butt fuck your opinion right out of the gate. Like they came in there like Trump was right. Correct. 100%. The language that was used is right and comports with the Constitution. Like, oh my God. And again, from a sensical position, this is an effective and good law. Why would you want to take it away? It's the type of power presidents are supposed to exercise. It is the authority we want to give them. The ability to control who enters and exits country has been the executive power since executive power existed, long before the Constitution was written. The idea that you could just walk onto lands in the Middle Ages, no, you had to have permission from the executive, who was typically the king or lord or noble person who owned that section and ran that government. You had to have a piece of paper to travel across that land. Like, you had to have their authority to do so. And they could restrict it, especially if they were at war with someone else. They could restrict it, anybody from entering their lands that they wanted. This is executive authority, manifest. It's the most basic of executive authority. This is my place. You can't come in. Oh my God.
Offered me the show back. And so I took the show again over the summer. And then I applied for a job at the Leadership Institute. That was kind of the next big saga.
But you didn't get that job.
No, I did not get the job.
Why?
Wait, so you admit now that America owed reparations? Okay, now you're trolling. You're trolling me. God damn. I thought you were retarded. You're just funny. Okay, thank you. I feel refreshed.
Well, I was told, because I knew people that worked there,
I was worried
that were field representatives there. It was a field representative job. And so I went out for a job training at the end of July 2017. So after that second semester, and I applied for this field rep job. It was this 2-week training. And I go there, and on the first day of the whole thing,
okay, you got me.
They go around the room of all the prospective applicants. It's like a big tryout, basically, for 2 weeks. And they wanted to get everybody to break the ice and know each other. So we did introductions. They said, say your name, how old you are, and why you're a conservative. And at this time, people are not where, let's say, we are right now. They're not America first. They're not anything like, they're not talking about great replacement. That's not on the radar for them. So you go around the room and you hear stuff about small government, free markets, personal responsibility, that sort of thing. And they get to me and I said, well, I'm a conservative because we're losing our civilization because of mass immigration. America doesn't resemble America anymore. France is no longer France. I said, and if we don't conserve the demographics, forget about the rest. That's what we need to conserve. And I said that. And I was told later on that at that moment, I was immediately disqualified by the people that were running the job training.
On what grounds?
They said that was too far right. That was too extreme.
Worrying about who lives in your country is far right?
Apparently.
Yes. Where have you guys been? Yes. I mean, that's not a bad thing that's far right, but it is far right now. Oh, worrying about who lives in your country is far right? Yeah, the left doesn't worry about it, and the middle right doesn't either. That should be obvious. It's weird. Come on, Tucker, that's weird. What are these? Fucking hell. Never mind.
When we started this show, we were looking for a very specific meat. They're called with a review. In addition, they can break you've got doc discount are farms.com/
View ideologically, like how are you changing at this point?
Cybrick says, why should that be obvious? Wait, that because it is. I don't know. If you talk to anybody on across the spectrum of American politics about immigration and mass immigration, like the far right's opposed to it. Everybody else pretty much okay with it. I don't know. Like I'm not making a value judgment on it at all. I'm just saying it's pretty obvious that's how it goes. Nagadashi Tomodachi says, Nick, can I get a toast to my long distance girlfriend whom I met on Star Trek Online in 2022? Sure. Toast to your girlfriend.
Point.
So at this point, I'm realizing that something is deeply wrong here in the conservative movement, because we were led to believe in those days of the campus culture wars and Gamergate and all that, is that we're the marketplace of ideas and we're about free speech and the rest of it. And here I am being like nuked from orbit by Ben Shapiro as a kid. And for asking what I thought were reasonable questions, because I didn't come from some strange background. I come from a normal home. You know, my parents are Catholic. They're married. We came from a relatively affluent suburb. I went to Lyons Township. That's like a very affluent high school. In other words, I didn't wake up as like the son of, William Luther Pierce. I wasn't like a skinhead or something. You know, I was like a normal guy that was like, yeah, like country's too diverse. We're too pro-Israel. Like this is reasonable. And I was just getting sandbagged for it and blacklisted. And what's more, nobody cared. Like, because I remember going on Twitter and saying like, why isn't anyone sticking up for me? Where's Dave?
Why isn't anybody protecting me? Because nobody protects anybody, dude. And it's one of those things like, and I think I know he's talking about how he felt at the time. Hopefully he's learned you don't have protection, man. There isn't a rallying thing. You sink or swim on your own. It's rough out in the streets. It's hard not being in college, right? When you don't have like a club or some sort of fucking group or some one rogue professor, whatever, who sticks up for you. No, it's just you. That's life, man. Fucking
Dave Rubin, the free speech warrior. Where's he on this one? Where's Shapiro? Where's all these people? And in some way, they were all sort of complicit in this. So I realized that the conservative movement was completely bankrupt in that way.
Yeah.
And I became very radical.
Well, you became...
I mean, not bankrupt, hundreds of millions of dollars for all those people. They're all very not bankrupt.
I mean, let me just say, I'm so familiar with, I was much older when it happened to me and much more insulated. I was not a college student. I was like 45. So, and I was in a much better place to withstand the pressure. But I do think this is my main question to you is, when you get attacked, when people call you names, like they always called me racist, and I would always think to myself, I'm actually not. I would tell you if I was racist. I'm a little sexist, but I'm not racist. And I never understood why they did.
Why not? I think everybody's a little racist, right? I do think that. I have not met a person that isn't a little bit racist.
That, and then I thought maybe the point is to make me racist. where you get to a point where you're like, well, if you're going to slander me, then I'll just become the thing you're calling me. I do think that's a feature of human nature, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And if you stare too intently at the accusers, at the, whatever Ben Shapiro's or Mark Levin's or Ted Cruz or whoever it is calling you names, it like distorts you and you actually change and become what they say you are. Have you thought that ever? Do you worry that happened to you?
No, I don't think it ever did, because I know who I am. I had a very firm grounding of what I'm about, which is that I was deeply Catholic, and I still am, deeply patriotic and pro-American. And I don't consider myself temperamentally to be an angry or a hateful person. So I never, in other words, lost my center. They say this thing about you look into the abyss and the abyss stares back into you. That never really happened to me. I was frustrated. I was frustrated because I felt like I was.
The abyss for you is a catboy butthole, Nick. Come on. And you've definitely looked into the abyss.
Being denied a level playing field, opportunity, and it wasn't fair. I felt like I was right, and these people that were basically hypocrites, grifters, not really conservative, they were controlling the conversation, and as a consequence, they were controlling the Republican movement. And I really perceive this as like an urgent crisis, because if we wanted Trump to deliver America first, to realize it, the Trump movement had to transform the conservative movement to reflect the victory that Trump won.
So, I won't keep torturing you with biographical questions, but I do want to so how your show gets canceled, you drop out of college, you have no money, you decide you want to work at the Leadership Institute, which is like a conservative think tank or some organization of longstanding in Arlington, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get the job there because you're worried about immigration. It's all pretty amazing. And then, where does that leave you? How did you succeed?
Well, I continued doing my show. I did it independently.
What does that mean? How do you do it? How do you do a show independently? How?
Tucker, what are you talking about? How do you do a show independently? Don't you do that now?
Nick woke up and chose to be a douche, a troll to others. Dude makes comments about women and rape, yet we're supposed to take him seriously when he hits a topic on the Venn diagram. Fuck off, Nick.
I think I think that was about Nick Fuentes, but it may be about me. Charlotte says Nick had threesomes off. He's gay, all balls touched. I've never had a threesome that involved another guy.
How did you do it?
I started a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I was in my parents' basement, and I put up a green screen. I got my computer, webcam, and I just started going live every night in the same way that I did at RSBN. I just did it on my own channel where I had creative control over it. And at that point, I basically mounted an attack on the conservative establishment from the outside. I sort of realized that.
Kate of the Swiss says, love you, Nick. Hey, you too. You too, man. Kel as one says, I can't begin to tell you how exciting it is to get an alert that you're going live. You know me as my profile name, Kellium. Oh, yeah, of course. I definitely recognize you. How's it going? Good to see you. I'm glad you're excited. Hopefully more people will start getting those notifications again on a more frequent basis, and they'll realize that we're back here.
There's sort of two ways you could play this. You could infiltrate the conservative movement. I could recant all my views and apologize and pretend to be one of them and bypass the gatekeepers, the censors. I said, or I could kind of be in the wilderness and I would be alone and I would be radioactive, but I could challenge the credibility and legitimacy of the conservative movement and its claim to represent conservatives. And that was kind of the mission, was to say, no, the immovable standard is America first. I'm going to represent it. And the conservative movement is going to have to move to me. I will not move towards them. And I thought maybe I'll make money and maybe I won't, but I'm going to try it for a couple of years and I'll see how it goes.
So, but the sight picture in your head was enemy is conservative movement.
Yes.
Do you think that was a good choice?
Yes, absolutely.
Rather than like, but why not like Antifa or, you know, I don't know, Anti-Defamation League, or there are a lot of institutions on like George Soros. Like, why would it be their conservative establishment? Why do you think that was important?
Well, I kind of took a page from Trump's playbook, which is that you have to, in the country, the left was hegemonic over all the institutions. And you have this organized opposition to the left and the Democrats and all the left-wing controlled institutions. And the organized opposition comes from movement conservatism, the Republican Party, Fox News, you know, the sort of constellation of conservative institutions. And I said, the problem is, whether you go Democrat or you go Republican, you're kind of just like getting the same thing. You're getting the establishment effectively. The opposition is basically controlled or moderated. It's not authentic opposition. It's not a true alternative. And so I said, we, and by we, I mean the true America First nationalists, we need to fight for the mantle of the opposition. And then leading the opposition, then we can take the fight to the left as the conservatives, as the Republicans, whatever. But first, you have to win that internal battle among the audience that the conservatives have. Because that's really the problem, is that they have usurped. The base is extremely conservative, extremely anti-left. But the Republican Party, like those that represent them, are not at all. A lot of them are atheists, a lot of them are gay, a lot of them are feminists. And so I said, like, we kind of need to rally like Trump did, rally the base against the establishment, and then take the fight to the left as the true alternative. And if you can win that, then you win the country. That was kind of Trump's model.
What did you see as like the most important gatekeepers that needed to be overturned, pushed aside in order to do this?
It was the Zionist Jews, like Dave Rubin, like Ben Shapiro, like Dennis Prager. It was these the guys that were really controlling the media apparatus that seemed to me to be the biggest impediment.
Fox is not a Jewish business, though.
Well, Rupert Murdoch is an ally of Netanyahu, so he's aligned.
Yeah.
And he owns the whole News Corp empire. So, and yeah, he's certainly a part of it also.
I mean, Dave Rubin, though, does he matter?
No. What's this?
That fuck you oment was about Nick Fuentes. Nick Rakita can totally grate me. He's the whitey for me.
Sounds good. I thought so. No, Dave Rubin doesn't matter.
No, not really.
Right. I mean, Dave Rubin is like, I don't know. Do people watch Dave Rubin?
They did back then. I mean, because you got to consider they were kind of like the ascendant new media, you know? They represented the next big thing.
I mean, and Ben Shapiro seems irrelevant to me now.
But back then, for the young,
guess that's
was huge.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you won.
Oh, certainly.
Well, it wasn't that long ago that many Americans thought they were inherently safe from the kinds of disasters you hear about all the time in third world countries. And new one taking with the countrysupply.com. So here's my question. So I look at the landscape now and the people I see as, you know, I'll narrow it down to foreign policy. Okay. Who is affected?
Hey, sorry, Rumble. We got a little issue. The YouTube stream has been taken down because they detected video that belongs to someone else. Which is silly because, of course, what are we doing here? What are we doing? We're not allowed to discuss other things and add significant commentary to it, apparently. So we'll give it a minute. Okay, we should be back. We should be back. Well, guys, we are back. K to the Swiss sent a fire emoji. I guess we're not going to finish this interview. YouTube axed the stream because of the Tucker video. So that's insane. But when were we suddenly not able to watch videos and discuss them? I mean, that's crazy. Does Tucker's because that's a Tucker Carlson video on his channel. Does his team actually go out and do this shit? That's yeah, I know it's content ID. It's just I can't imagine using it. Like, come the fuck on. What a bunch of gay bullshit.
Oh, so we can talk about Jews, Nazis, grape, and questionable habits of one uncivil law, but a commercial from the Tuck is too much.
Apparently. Playing over 30 seconds without commentary, your dinner. You do it all the time. You know, some people use content ID and some don't. I never really wanted to. I really don't see the point in look, if I was just playing the Tucker video and nothing else, right? And just either sitting here or just had it full screened. Yeah, of course. That'd be bad. But we're talking about it. We're talking through all sorts of shit. It's because that shirt makes your shoulders look slender. My shoulders are slender. That's not the shirt's fault. Don't you go blaming the shirt. Don't hurt its feelings. Davapo, no, I don't want to quit the YouTube and move just to Rumble. Rumble and I had reached an agreement, and I signed it, and then they didn't. So that was kind of fun, kind of frustrating. Is at a time when I really could have used that agreement. Really could have used I needed that to happen, and they left me out to dry on it. So that was kind of frustrating. And the Rumble rants have never ever fucking come close to super chats or anything else really. So no, Rumble would have to do something pretty significant to get me over there. I broadcast there still because people are over there still. People who left YouTube, and I get it. I understand that. But frankly, YouTube has been a better platform to me than Rumble in the past almost 2 years. Year and a half. So that was really frustrating because I was in negotiations with them for a long time and they were dragging their feet, and then eventually they put out the offer and I accepted it, and then they unaccepted it. Not through anything official. They just didn't implement it after they put it out there. So that was I thought that was a pretty shitty move of them.
Real question. If you had to choose who to be graped by, Kurt the micropene warrior or Nick Fuentes, the white Hispanic Nazi, who would it be and why? Not
That's the worst question. Holy shit. Let's see. So you're gonna be raped, and it's either by uncivil law or by Nick Fuentes. Nope. I'm gonna stick by my principles. I pick Nick Fuentes. One, I think he's better at it. I think he's got more experience. So I think he might be a kinder lover than Kurt. Also, two, I just no fat chicks or dudes can't happen. Sorry. So I gotta be discriminatory there. That's what we got to go with. I don't want those greasy mitts all over me. At least Nick looks showered. Charlotte Freya says, "You're the rugby shirt of Aussie cunt, Nick. Keep on kicking on cunt." Cunt? I think cunt is what they're saying. Thank you, Charlotte Freya. Thanks for hanging around after I screamed at you, but you deserved it. You know it. Heisenberg 2A, what's with the sunglasses? One, it prompts these questions over and over. Two, the main reason I just like them. I like them. And as I said before, but I'll say it again. There's a lot of light coming this way. I got 2 studio lights and I've got 3 monitors. All there's a lot of it, and it gets kind of straining on the eyes. The other things is sometimes like my eyes dart around the whole time, and it's kind of like when I've watched my own videos back, it's kind of fucking distracting to me. So it kind of cleans that up a little bit because I'm looking all over the place at different stuff and monitoring the stream. What do we got here?
Holy hell! Big, who got you? How dare they turn on their own nose poke? This is why we put you all on trains in the first place. Kirk, micropane level of penny pinching MFS. Get back in the ashtray. Holy hell. The 3-letter word GU is banned as hate speech on super tips.
Wait, goy? Is that one? Is that what you're saying? I believe that more control over the moderation on super tips is coming. I believe that. Have you thought about getting a tan so the light won't reflect as much? Yes, I actually have. Looking at joining a gym sometime soon, and it's got a tanning thing in it. Like once you join it, you can use the tanning booth or whatever. And this is actually practically important because in Minnesota, like, when winter comes, you're just not tanning. Like you're not outside. When you're outside, you're bundled up. Like, so you don't tan, get super pale. And, I don't actually like looking fucking translucent.
Nick Rakita is going to turn down a lifetime supply of uncooked chicken in a crock pot.
Yes, I am. I don't want it. Plus, Nick Fuentes has such a wonderful supply of black lights, and I could put those to use. Galaxy Gas Shop USA says, Gunt told us you might need a refill soon. Watermelon lemonade like usual. Watermelon lemonade, is that a flavor? No thanks. I'm good. Let's see. Chadwick says Rackets is just getting into his Razor Fist arc. Yeah, exactly. We'll start reviewing 80s action movies in just a little bit.
No. The 3-letter word for a banker that starts with J and ends in a chimney is banned.
Oh.
Just by itself. Not even bringing into the context. I tried like 6 different variations and it noped them all.
Okay, so Jew is banned. Ends in a chimney. Ends in a chimney. Fucking hell. God damn it. Holy shit. Well, what should we do, guys? It's getting late. I have gotten a request to cover the beef Wellington prep video. Or there's this there's a video of this 500-pound chick getting arrested, which we had started the other day. I don't remember what her fucking name was. Maybe we should do that. Give us Kurt cooking. Well, I want to do so there's the 1 hour beef Wellington prep video, and then there's a 3 hour beef Wellington cook video. I wanted to do those all at once, which is going to take like 8 hours. It was going to be a big, like a full on deal. So I want to do that. I think I should do those together. I'm not doing 4 hours of Kurt tonight. It's way too late. I'm gonna have to go to bed before too terribly long. I do have to still get up in the morning and well, Lady Raggets and I trade off a lot, but I feel like for some reason tomorrow, later today, I'm driving the kids to school. WR332.
So is it a bad thing to have graping standards, just like dating standards for Kurt?
Look, I am not gonna rape you if you're over a size 4 dress. Like I'm just not gonna do it. And I really need you to trim down. Like, what are we doing? I got standards, people. Really. I also want a letter on why you should be raped. Let me see if I can find that video of the arrest. Where are we? Okay, gonna take me just a second to get back to it. Fucking hell. Trying to remember what day we looked at that thing. Give me a minute here. I know this is riveting content right here. Looking for it. If I could remember what that fat chick's name was, I could look it up that way. Barb Rogers, Miss Solar Terror says, "You deserve those sunglasses, Nick." Okay. Thanks, Barb. Okay, I think I'm getting close to where it was. Oh, there is another thing to watch. J-Bay. J-Bay. There we go. At some point, I do want to add some other people to the roster of videos we watched, like for member content and just for fun and stuff like that. There we go. Holy shit. Pause it. All right, here we go. Davapo, catch you later, man. Thanks for joining us. Hope you continue listening and all this stuff. Where did it? Where'd it go? It's not showing up. What the fuck? Oh, here we go. That was my bad. I apologize. Cecil on a Nick stream? Yeah, man. I love Cecil. Happy to talk to him anytime. What did the sunglasses do to deserve Nick? You know what they did.
I fucking love you, man. You've made my month coming back. And then to hit us with banger after banger on videos of Kurt in his natural habitat. I want to see the body cam footage of his arrest someday.
Oh, come on. Wait, still AI. Whose face would you sit on? Wait, who are you talking about? Talking about Cecil? Me too.
If you clicked on today's video, you want to learn all about. I'll tell you guys. What? This channel is all about fat joy. He's happy mama. Unapologetic self-love.
My channel's all about fat joy too. Look at this blob.
Fucking hell. And building a community where everybody belongs. They're trying to raise me start.
That is the last thing that we will ever do.
Welcome to J-Bay Official, where we're
Look at the fucking arch. I've talked about this before. When you are just an arch shape, and like I know there's no skin here. Somehow the skin receded from one part of this fucking ogre, but it doesn't matter. If it were to continue, it would be an arch, perfect, inverted parabola of a person. They're so big.
We're flipping the script on fat phobia and empowering everybody to live boldly. I'm Jay, and I'm here to
get arrested. If you don't know who this is J-Bay, a self-proclaimed fat advocate. J-Bay, or Jalen, is best known for advocating for things like airlines providing extra seats at no extra cost for passengers who cannot fit in a single seat.
People ask me if I purchase to seats when flying. The fact of the matter is
that's not actually a COVID mask or anything like that. I don't want people to be confused. That's a feed bag like horses wear. So she could just chew on oats the whole time.
That people can't stand to see fat people happy. So why should we care what they think?
When you're so fat, like someone has to provide oxygen for you, like that's terrible. It's just like, why can't you just breathe? Like, what's wrong? No, I'm large.
Since her arrest, she has all but disappeared from social media, but we're here to bring her back into a different spotlight. Officers responded to a call made by hospital staff in reference to Jalen attacking her now ex-fiance over alleged infidelity.
Hello. Some very unruly people. So, apparently, how did she get up here? Did she come from Catholic?
How did she get up here? Gravity is constant. We have no idea how she could possibly counteract it to go up.
The corner right next to Catholic, she called 911, and Rich and Fire was like we can't take her anywhere else.
Imagine getting arrested and not coming back. Like, coward. Fucking get over it.
And I was like, no, that's fine, bring her here. And she was fine for a while, but now she's getting amped up and just being very verbally aggressive towards this stuff.
So, Ramos has dealt with her before and has a number to her dad. So basically she meets the, like Crisis is aware, she meets criteria, but
he cheated on her. I'm always just blown away when some, when some very large person is like, oh, my boyfriend or whatever, or girlfriend, is like, how did that even happen?
No one can deal with her because of her size.
Sure.
So he's gonna try. He's calling her dad on the way up here to see if, because apparently he came and picked her up once before.
He's never picked her up. Don't lie. She's born to 78
she
pounds.
Has the ability to go to crisis, but they don't have any place that can handle her. So that's the problem.
And then this lady in the gray sweater is also getting involved. And I was trying to deal with one situation, and then she started yelling at me as well. She's quite angry, but also saying that we are harassing Jalen.
Okay.
So, you know, sometimes the fights are too much for me, and I just get tired and don't want to do it.
My name's Officer Lay with Kennewick PD.
I'm Jalen.
So here is the specimen in all of her glory. And yes, her biceps, put yours to shame. Look at all you pussies out there thinking you've got arms. She's got 32-inch arms. What have you done all summer? Sitting there with your little scrawny weakling arms. God, it's the size of a fucking baby.
IGR. Well, my birth name is Jalen.
Okay.
IGR.
No, it's a toddler. You know, when she's like goes into a tattoo place, she's like, I would like a tattoo on my arm. They're like, oh, I don't know, bro. We got kind of busy, you know, like we have booked. Could you fucking imagine?
Okay.
Born on.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I filed many reports. Well, I've been trying to file many reports.
Okay.
Actually, what started here when they hired a fake actor.
Okay.
That was really cool to come in and stuff.
What is this ridge line? Sorry, the things in the way. So she's got her elbow ass over here, like an ass crack for her elbow, but then she's got another crease here. Is that like some cord, or is that actually? I think that's just like there's just a fat tectonic plate there.
Damn, that's a big bitch.
Even Ronnie O'Neal would have trouble axing her to death.
But I could tell you all about it down at the police department if you want. I don't know. I thought I was being called here because I thought I was having a mental health crisis because
Okay.
they made me seem that way.
Okay.
But they know what they're doing, and unfortunately, these paid actors are now involved. I've tried to let them know that they should have left, but
Okay. So
they
what's going on
decided to
today,
stay.
Jalen?
I called the FBI. I needed crisis. I had my SARC stuff that was getting done at Cadillac, which I figured out is where I was kidnapped from the first, or I was born there. Kidnapped, that whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I'm waiting for SARC to call. They disconnected that phone. So
SARC is an organization that protects victims of domestic violence. So just what do we got here? The super tips keep coming in. These are great. Thank you. They're much appreciated.
Fuck! I thought someone pulled the fire alarm. Turned out to be Fat Bay wheezing from stepping up the curb. Also, if the feed bag had oats, put in some alfalfa and vitamins. She might be malnourished.
She is not malnourished. What are you talking about? The letters from malnourished retreat at her presence.
it won't work.
This
If you
bitch
pick
is
it up,
nourished.
it won't work.
Okay.
You want to try calling from it?
So the whole.
I know your thing isn't on, so
It's on. It's recording.
it is. Okay, cool.
Blinking red. So what's the whole situation right now? You're just waiting for SARC.
Oh, I've been trying to get
You're
a hold
waiting.
of SARC,
You're trying to get a hold of SARC.
but yeah, but somehow people kept coming to me that were like,
Okay.
How do you even beat a bitch that big? Like, you can't. I don't even know how you would abuse someone like that. What are you going to do? She'd win.
we're Cadillac, and you guys thought I was faking, and then I was thinking I'm crazy. So I haven't seen a single thing in TV, and I knew something was wrong when they kept playing Fox 11, and then it would start,
Okay.
you know, something, you know what's up. They've left me naked though like this. I literally thought I was coming to get help, and I thought maybe God really did bring me here. And then when Lords was weird, I was like, okay, this is weird. And then when not all, but certain PD members were threatening me and extorting me, that's when I was like, shit's weird, dude. I'm not crazy. Do I feel safe in this Tri-Cities? Absolutely not. And I need to get the fuck out. But that's why I wanted you guys to arrest me earlier.
Oh, so what's your plan to go?
That's why I wanted you guys to arrest me earlier.
Your Honor is didn't kill her, little Debbie did.
I didn't kill her.
Get out of the Tri-Cities.
I don't know. I was gonna wait for SARC, but they told me they can't. They would need to get me to one of the places they gave me. I have an evidence bag.
Okay.
They went through my evidence bags thinking they could find my laptop and my phone, which were supposed to be with Jerome. Probably in prison now.
Okay.
I haven't watched a single bit of social media news since the 23rd. I don't know, since my phone and all that shit started going wonky.
Why would he care about if you've watched social media or news? Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? I don't get it.
So I was trying to go to the police station so I could tell people like this what Cara and all these fake actors are doing and how the hospitals do what they do. And I thought they were literally treating me as a patient, but I'm tired. I haven't slept in literally 20 days, which doesn't even sound humanly possible. Unfortunately, I was trying to pray for these people because I thought they were legit patients, and I thought I ruined their reputation or something because I kept hearing Jalen on the news, but I can never see Jalen on the news.
So, do you have any family in the area, Jalen?
Yeah, my dad, Jerome.
Dad? Where does
7.5. I couldn't tell what was real and what was fake.
Would you want Dad to come and pick you up?
I sure.
Real Jews 7. Jesus says Monty is going to win. Monty quit, dude. Monty quit. So he's not going to win. That's not going to happen. He backed off.
Do you have a phone number for Dad?
He has my phone, so if you call it.
Monty backed off when he was about to have to provide discovery. Because all of his bullshit that he said, all of that, he wasn't going to be able to back it up. He knows it. He knows he's going to get fucked if he kept going.
Sure.
So what's your phone number?
It's all coming to me.
Okay. What's your phone number?
My phone number is 564. Wait, no, I need a mental eval. 653.
653?
The other ones are okay now. So we're just dealing with her. They don't get a hold of, having to get a hold of Dad.
What's this guy's haircut doing? Like half of his hair went on vacation, I guess.
Dad will not come. She brought me there. She said that he tried to help her out, try to contact Crisis as well.
She's saying something about SARC. I don't know what SARC would be doing to help her, but
so she filed an allegation that she was sexually assaulted. But it's I read the report yesterday, and it's unfounded. I mean, she's just going on and on. It got referred to CID, but there's no evidence of it.
Okay. So,
well, would Dad be?
Dad should know. Dad's bad guy. Dad's bad guy. I tried to call welfare check on him.
What? Like again, when your body's just cascading down from you, like I don't even know. I honestly, this is not meant in any hateful way towards anyone who might be giant here, like a fat monster who probably needs to be shamed into either fitness or death. I don't understand how you live. I don't understand how your body works. I don't understand how your penis is accessible. I feel like you'd have to I don't know, pay an entry fee to get it out. I don't understand your anatomy. I don't. The human body, there's not a cave drawing of you. Right? There's cave drawings of all other shapes of people, but these massive balls of dense flab that you don't exist in history because there wasn't enough. Now we have too much. So you guys get to be around, but I don't get how you work. I honestly, I don't understand. My body barely works. It's useless most of the time. It's a fucking disaster. And so I can't imagine having all of that extra on there getting in the way.
Can you countersue Monty for bringing a frivolous lawsuit if you can do it for the memes?
No, I can't. I mean, I can't at this point. I agreed to withdraw. from the case. I agreed that we would, we dismiss it out. So when you do that, you kind of forfeit your ability to say that it was frivolous or anything like that.
Every moment in his life has led RFK to this moment. Up until now, he thought his nemesis was Big Pharma. Well, he was half right.
we need someone to seriously tackle the fat problem.
I need a mental health eval though, but clearly all the hospitals are now shut down in the Tri-Cities. Is that what I'm getting at? Or they at least have all trespassed me because they've done really bad things to me.
We've got like 2 hospitals here.
Two more left?
No, I mean there's Cadillac or Trios. That's one.
Well, I've been trying.
Like, what if Kurt wanted to bang this chick? Because that seems like the quality of woman that he's really qualified to deal with. I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't even fathom how it would all function. Like, I don't get it. Your arms wouldn't reach them. They're so big. They're so fucking big.
Trespass from all of them, but Cadillac, I was actually gonna be safe that they thought all of a sudden though that I was gonna sue them, and then they started acting crazy. I don't know. So I think we should probably go to Dad's house. We should probably go to Dad's house and let me talk to Dad.
Yeah, I can give Dad a call and see if he can come swing by and pick you up. Okay.
I guess let's see if he's legit.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll give your dad a call real quick. Okay. Give me a second.
Yeah.
Yep, no worries. She's willing to have that come. That's right. Dad won't pick her up because she's been acting like that. Yeah.
Her dad won't come get her. Well, then I guess
he's got a little kid that has been scared the crap out of him. So.
Is that your guys' wheelchair?
yes, she has no clothes on, just so you know.
Did she come in that way?
Mm-hmm.
How'd she get it?
Ambulance.
From Cadillac.
Lord.
Death Trout, you're not that fat though, right? Like you're not that woman is a monster, a behemoth. Like she's in the D&D Monsters manual. Like she's a mythical creature. So fucking big.
She's got the opening hospital.
She's got it figured out. She knows exactly what she's doing.
So they don't want you here, and your dad is not willing to come help you because you burned that bridge. So what are you gonna do?
I got a whole packet of information from Sark when they were doing my rape kit today.
Well, Sark's not available at this time, so what are you gonna do?
Her rape kit? I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't. No way. No way. That didn't happen.
What is Kurt's pickup line for Fat Bay? Does the mood music in his apartment bedroom play Mission Impossible on loop?
What is Kurt's? What would your pickup line for this big chick be? Death Trout's a 6'2", 303.5 as of Monday. Okay. First of all, stop eating. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get rid of that weight. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do this. You can be a person again. You can fix that. Second of all, you're way smaller than that chick. This is 550 pounds. Salty C, 6-month member chat, says she could take out the entire state of Arizona with her body odor in the summer. Ew. Yeah.
Shelters that they listed. I just need a phone because I don't know where mine is.
Remember the rape kit for the rape that happened.
I could tell you everything at the police station.
Well, that report's already been taken, so we don't need to rehash that again.
And yeah, can you guys help me get my stuff? This is how they left me though, and I literally cannot. I haven't.
Where did your clothes go from?
The blanket keeps falling down. It's like it's close to a tit sleeping out, but like you wouldn't know. It might be a tit, it might be an arm, it might be just like an under tit, because she has like layers of them going down, sections. Gosh, so disgusting.
Wherever you were at to start with.
My rape kit at Sark, the Sark rape kit at Cadillac, where they discharged. Remember when they trespassed me? I have all the evidence. It's all in there. If you guys take me down to the police station, we can talk.
Well, I don't need to take you there because we can't have you hanging out there either.
Okay, then.
Because it's
I have
closed.
a packet of information. They
Okay.
just, their phone, they weren't letting me call out other than 911. They were trying to monitor all the calls.
I don't think that's the case, but
Yeah, I
does,
know.
does
Whatever
that,
they're
does that
saying
phone
is,
work?
Whatever
You know?
they're saying is accurate, and
Is it like I have to dial 9 to get out, or?
Yeah, we just have to.
Okay. Find a phone number. We'll give you a second to try to figure that out. And
Barb Rogers, Miss Solar Terror, sent a gifted membership. Thank you so much, Barb. Really appreciate that. Yeah. I don't know. I need to go to the bathroom because I have to pee. I'll be back in just a minute, okay? I will play the peeing song. We'll be back in just a minute, and we'll continue on with this. We will return.
He drank a fair bit and then realized that his bladder can't handle the liquor inside, leaving us with his chair while he runs up the stairs, hoping the stream doesn't suddenly die. While we are waiting, we'll be laughing at you. The drinking along is what most of us do. The chat is united, getting excited for what you have for us when your being is through. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of the liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Now you're washing your hands and you realize that you've forgotten to scrub both the front and the back. Then you'll grab a quick bite, kiss your lady goodnight, and remember to thank her for all of the snacks. Whoa, water will cure your hangover. Oh, so drink some when the stream is over. When you have a small bladder and no sphincter control, freedom of the liquor doesn't mean freedom from soaking your drawers. Soaking your drawers.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Try not to try not to go to the bathroom during shows if I can avoid it, but I'm old. Mr. K says this chat identifies as $5. Member for 2 months at the paralegal. Wait, a paralegal? It's not even a $5 membership. How does it can't? It has to identify as $2. Sorry, I refuse to respect its pronouns.
then you can come over here and use this phone.
I don't have a motor scooter. I don't know where it's at. So my Dash Moto.
She says she has a number for a shelter from
Yeah,
her
my
stuff,
whole
so
start packet.
we'll let her try.
See, I told you. I told you a boob was
Well, yeah,
not gross. Ew.
Well, you don't have a lot of time to make phone calls,
Okay, hold
but
on.
you can make a phone call,
Okay, hold on.
and then if
Tactico says from Kurt, I meal prep for a whole month every week. Bay, where's the access ramp? There's no way she could roll herself up a ramp on the wheelchair. No fucking way.
if you can't find something after that, then we will help escort you off the property since they do not want you here.
Can we do that? Can we do that?
Do what?
Let's escort me off property in the wheelchair so I can at least not be naked.
Well, you won't get to keep the wheelchair because it belongs to the hospital.
So do you guys have like an ambulance?
Hey, maybe you could just get up and walk if you weren't a fucking monster.
Nope, you would be able to walk yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't.
Yes, you can. I've seen you do it multiple times.
Okay. I need medical attention. I need to talk to you guys.
Well, you're no longer welcome here, so
Okay.
you need to figure it out.
So I need to call Mir Ministries. Can you-
All right, what's the phone number? Come on over here. So
Call Uber Freight. It'll help you out. They'll get you where you need to go.
you can have it here.
509. Or actually, no, there's one in here. There's one in here. There's one in here. It's right here. Here we go. 1-800. Here we go. 188. Oh no, 509. Let's try this one. Can you hang up and I'm gonna call 1-888-84.
Is that one like an emergency for a
That's
sexual
fine.
assault?
Yes.
Well, that's not what's occurred right now, so we don't need to bother them with that.
Oh, okay.
You
Let me
need
call my
some type of
advocate.
housing.
Oh, housing.
Unless you want to just go out and walk down the street, that's fine too.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm just not
Okay.
naked. I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Well, you have blankets and something
No,
covering you.
I'll find my advocate's number in here. But just here's the card. I'm just on hold though, just in case they answer. Contact criminal court proceedings. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Hit the thing. Can you hit the thing? Do I only get one call?
Can you come?
Yeah.
Make those.
Oh. 509.
So dial 9 first to get an outside
9.
line.
509. George, my trespass big look this time, Ramos.
God, so big.
Make sure I get it in hand and copy before you guys escort me off the property.
Have any of you seen a forearm this big other than like Kurt's and Popeyes? God, so much meat. The elbow. Her elbow bend. It's like this wide. Holy fuck. Diamond Jesus, Nick, Fireview in Fireview in Minnesota. Fuck me. Can I call you? I mean, you can call me. I don't know. I don't know if I'll answer. You can't call me now. What do you want to call me for?
I'll be chilling here until you can.
Fairview. Oh, yeah.
It's funny how they always call you Ramos. You seem to be involved in so many weird incidences. You remember KPD number? Oh, wait, you don't. This is a long hold. I think maybe we should call, let me call this 1-8.
How about you get the fuck off the property that they told you to leave?
9 first.
Oh, Judge Maddie, you do sleep studies? See people her size every week? Yeah, obstructive apnea. I don't know why I can't breathe. Your body is trying to collapse in on its own gravity.
1888. Right? Is that what it says? Or is that not the case? Oh, they want to talk to law enforcement officers. But wait, that's not you, right? Remember though, I'm trespassed. Remember that drone that showed up earlier when you guys pushed me out of the thing? Oh, yeah, see, the phone's not working for me. You want to try it again? Here, I'll have you push the buttons. Ready?
No, you're an adult. You can push them by yourself.
I can't. It's not working when I do it.
It's just not going to work when he does it either. The buttons, it's not you. If you push a button and he pushes a button, they both fucking do the same thing.
It worked fine for the nurse and seemed fine. If you do that one, you're just going to get a ticket then.
I just wanted to make sure I have Wallace and Ramos here with me. Hi, I'm at Trio Southridge Hospital. You have Wallison and Ramos here with me. I need to get arrested at this point because I have a lot to tell you about them. This is Jalen, JaelyNNIGRCH. Oh, they're hanging up.
All right, let's go.
No, honey, they're right here. Do you want to talk to them? Do you want?
No, they don't
Yeah,
want to talk
here.
to you.
They don't want to talk. They gave me a ticket though, criminal warning. It says. Oh, they're disconnecting the phone. Oh.
All right, you're good. Let's go.
That's your trespass
No, I'm
warning.
not
You're
going-
trespassed
no,
from
I'm not going
Trios for
anywhere
99
with you.
years.
No, you're not.
You're about to leave.
No.
You're leaving the property.
I'm not leaving. Hey, witnesses, I need a witness.
It's all on camera. You don't have
Everything
No,
on
it's
body
not.
camera.
You
Yes,
guys
it
know
is.
what the f you did. So if I rip this up, it's
That's fine. You've
99
been advised.
years?
Yes, 99 years. If you come
Okay,
back to the
I wanna
property,
get
you'll be arrested for
arrested.
trespass.
I want to get arrested, so I'm gonna rip it up.
You can rip it up all you want. That's not going to change the fact that we gave it to you and you know you're trespassed. So
99 years.
99 years.
This is all my evidence.
out.
Yep.
Everyone.
Make sure you grab all your stuff.
No, hey, you guys, please. They're going to kill me.
Grab
You guys
all your
not-
stuff.
It's okay. The FBI's watching.
One, the FBI is not going to kill you. Diabetes is. But two, if you think that the FBI is got a conspiracy to kill you, do you think the local PD isn't going to help them or be in on it? Like, you're done. What are you talking about? Game over. Hurry up.
And they saw what you just did. And all the shit you did is with my belongings. You know where it's at? You don't know, huh? So actually, I need to call my dad now.
He doesn't. He's not interested. You've already burned the bridge, so he's not going to come
I'm going
help
to call
you.
my dad, actually.
You can call from your
Okay.
phone.
Yeah,
your
give
own.
me the phone.
No, you don't get this phone. You're
Give me the-
trespassed
no,
now.
I'm not.
Yes.
I can call.
Yep. Let's go.
No,
Let's
you
go.
have to arrest me here. I need.
No, we don't have to arrest you
Hey,
here.
I'm not leaving. I'm naked.
You're covered. You
Yo,
have all kinds of
please don't
clothing.
let this happen, dude. Hey, no, this is my evidence.
Yeah,
Get the
we're
f
going
out
on
now.
with you. Let's go.
Get the f out now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get the f out now.
Let's go.
Okay, I need the.
That way.
This is why I came to.
You're gonna rip your
That way.
bed, you dumb bitch.
That
Oh,
way.
They don't want to help you.
You've burnt the bridge, unfortunately.
If you take Trios, please, I'm sorry. This is why I was trying to talk to you privately. Please don't let them do this.
you were talking to them privately. What are you talking about?
You guys know what you're doing, and I'm literally naked.
Charlotte, I get why you're doing this, but I'm not sure why I'm watching this, because it's the edge of the human experience, right? Like you can't be this. You can't fathom being this. Like, not just the fatness, but like the attitude and everything about it. She's a fat joy influencer who is likely lying about an alleged rape and is stayed in a hospital to the point where the hospital, full of people who want to help other people, says, yeah, we don't want her here ever again. She has to not come back for 99 years. This is the edge of human experience. It's fascinating because you will never be this. Like, you can't be this amazing. Sorry. Like, you can't eat that much. You can't manifest this, this fat joy in your mind, the idea that you're there to promote the most crippling thing you can do to your body as good. Like, you'll never be that. So that's why you're watching it.
We're
I'm not getting
trespassing
out
you
of the
from
wheelchair.
private property that they don't want you here.
Give me those.
Yep, we'll give them to you.
Yep, trespass me.
We'd already done that.
Make sure I'm naked on it.
It's sick, fucking sick. It is sick. It's disgusting. She's horrifying. But that's why you can't look away.
That's on you. You ripped your paperwork up. That was your formal trespass notice.
Why did you guys just tell me what the fuck is going on?
We did tell you.
Dude, I need to go to the police. Are you taking me to jail?
No,
I can't walk.
you can walk.
I can't.
You can't.
I'm going to stay here. So wherever you leave
Well,
me.
we will help remove you from the chair, and then you can decide if you
Take
want
me
to
to
sit
jail.
sit on the sidewalk.
Take
And
me
we're
to
not
jail.
taking you to jail.
I'm going to jail. I just
Go for it,
your
son.
99 years in.
That doesn't matter. You don't have to keep
Hey.
that paperwork.
Wherever you take me.
Sure.
Help! Help! Run!
Everybody's like, no. It's like, I'm going to jail. No, we don't want to bring you. Sorry, there's not enough food.
Ramos knows what he did. KPD, hands up, don't shoot. I'm naked and they fucking raped me. Trio Southward just trying to save me. The FBI.
I do like that she's freestyling. That's good. She's that's promising. It'll help her when she's in not jail.
is watching. So yeah, do what you're gonna do. Destroy the evidence. Destroy the evidence.
Just like Mike Brown, hands up, don't shoot is a complete fucking lie. There's amazing. I went through the grand jury transcripts. I think we did it on the show, and or I at least talked about it if I didn't cover it on the show specifically, but I think I covered it on the show. Every one of the witnesses who said hands up, don't shoot to the news and in public and all this stuff, and which created that whole movement, when they got before the grand jury, none of them said that his hands were up. None of that happened. All of them completely changed.
Ramos! 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 KPD! KPD! All those fellas watching me! Where are you guys taking me?
Taking you off their property.
Oh. All of a sudden I can walk
Perfect.
again.
Now you can walk.
Oh,
Go
you
that
can
way.
walk again.
Go that way.
Arrest me.
Go that way. No.
Arrest me.
Nope. Walk that way.
I gotta go to the hospital.
Nope.
Walk
that way.
911.
Walk that way.
911.
Walk.
Way.
Walk.
911.
Walk.
911.
Walk.
I'll fucking kill you guys.
Walk.
Yeah, because I want to. Because I want to.
You need to get
Come
off
on.
the property.
You know what you're trying to do. I don't know, dude. So does Jacob ours. Jacob ours.
Sure.
All those reports in the file. Oh yeah, take me to jail.
Can a handcuff fit around that thing? Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's get in the car.
Yeah, no, they need to hook them together.
911. They're raping me.
It's not how rape
They're
works.
trying to rape me, sir.
That is the last thing that we will ever do.
I have my information in my hand.
Can't.
Did you hear that? That was so funny. Holy shit. Just a second. Listen to this guy. It's the deadpan delivery goes with it.
911. They're raping me. They're trying to rape me, sir.
That is the last thing that we will ever do.
That is the last thing that we will ever do. Holy shit.
I have my information in my hand.
Can't 6 on touch.
You got a 60-ounce pistol. Take me to jail. Hey,
She just
please call
assaulted
911.
police. She is now in custody. Awesome.
Charlotte, I agree. America created fat acceptance. We're all sick and we need help. Except I've never accepted the fats. I have been just devastatingly opposed to them from birth. It's like, ew, God, this world is full of fat people, I can tell. My umbilical cord was still attached when I realized I hated them.
Ready to go?
Ambulance coming.
Ready to
Oh,
go?
she'll fit. You think? Oh, she'll fit just fine.
Yep, I'm a big fat bitch.
Is she gonna fit? Oh, she'll fit.
Big fat
That's it. She's just.
Yep. A big fat
I'm gonna drive the car.
with the droid and everything, remember? With the droid and everything. You couldn't admit. 911! 911! Call in 911!
Death Trout says there's not enough whiskey or Coke to fuck that thing, is there, Nick? Wait a minute. I think there's a misunderstanding here about what Coke doesn't make you want to fuck fat chicks. Where'd that come from? No. Coke makes you feel like you could fuck way hotter chicks. Like that's how that works. And you can with you just say, hey, do you want some? You're in. It is like any guy who can't who can't sleep with, like, cannot find a partner or whatever. I'm not saying you should do this because it's highly illegal and I advocate against drugs in all their forms. But if you just give a woman cocaine, you can sleep with her. Like, if they're going to do it. Tell you what, you know why? Because they like it.
Are you trying to rape me now? Or kill me?
Nope, I'm covering you up because it's cold.
Because your dash cam didn't just get all that? Because your body cam didn't just get all that? Because this wasn't the...
Zenova, what do you keep saying address Fuentes? We were doing the Fuentes video and YouTube shut down the stream on me. So like I can't keep it going. They have content ID up. So sorry. Like we were trying to, but it got shut down.
Goal the whole time to bring you all down. Remember I could walk. Oh.
Death Trout wouldn't know I've never done coke. Well, I know you're over 300 pounds, so of course you have. If you'd done coke, you'd be way skinnier. Miss Femina tells us coke didn't make you want to fuck anyone. Wait, what were you weren't? Come on, really? One, I don't believe you on that one. Like I love you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll believe you. I'm just surprised. Okay. But two, it wasn't, I wasn't saying the coke will make like the effect of the cocaine will make the woman want to have sex with you. I'm just saying they'll have sex with you because you have cocaine. Like, because they want it. They'll just do that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just assaulted an officer though. You called it in, remember? You called it in, remember?
Yep, I saw it happen.
Yep, you sure did. If you weren't a part of it, Ramos is. I'm not getting in the car with y'all. Help! KPD Ramos is trying to kill me! I have it recorded with the KPD.
Oh, yes, and I agree with you. Yeah, like coke made me want to. It kind of made me want to have sex all the time. It just weirdly it made me want any physical stimulation. It didn't necessarily have to be sexual. It just made me want like physical touch. Like it just wanted to be touched by anything in general. But I guess it didn't necessarily make me want to have, but I was just in a place where I could. So I like it. The environment was, we'll say that facilitated that sort of perception, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. But it really just made me want any sort of physical stimulation. It was weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, and that's how you felt with MDMA. And MDMA, very similar, but much more amplified with that, of course. Campbell 1173. No, the MDMA and the Coke were separate. I tested everything. It was, and I didn't go to like a street vendor, right? Like I had a lot because I went to a wholesaler. Like this is all pre-cut stuff, so it was good.
No, I can't. Oh my god, mental health, help me. Help me. You guys are the FBI watching, right?
Get in the car.
Oh my god.
Douglas, I don't think people care about drugs. I think most people who like it's a hard thing to explain to someone who hasn't had the experience with it at all. Like you just don't understand it until you do it. I don't think people care about drugs or anything like that. Again, I'm not an advocate for any of this stuff. It's part of my experience. So I talk about it in that way. That's it.
Whoa.
Go ahead and stand up.
I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
You just stood up out of the chair just fine by yourself. Stand up.
I can't after all that.
Stand up.
Hold on. Hold on. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't rape. Hands up, don't shoot.
Hands up, don't rape. Oh, what fun is that? Look at all this meat up here. Good God.
I'm disabled.
Stand up.
I
You
assaulted.
working today?
Yeah. Well, I can't get up like this with my hands in cuffs.
Okay, so how can we assist you to get
Take
up?
the cuffs off.
No.
Okay, well then I can't get up.
Yeah, you can.
I literally can't.
Sure you can.
I literally can't.
Put your leg underneath you. We'll
And
help
then
you stand up.
Satan burned them all to the ground. And Ramos went to prison where he got ass raped the rest of his life. And his whole family died because I set this all up. Oh. I gotta lay down. I'm disabled as shit. Hey, dude, you're literally hurting me.
Okay, well
This is
stand
being
up.
live streamed.
Okay. Stand up for me.
I can't.
And then we can help you get in
Let
the
me
car.
roll over.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
Let me roll over.
Okay.
Take
How are you
care
going to
of
do that?
yourself.
Well, that won't happen.
Well, I
but
can't.
how would you like us to help you to
I
stand up?
can't. Wait till the other.
You're going to need weight belts and to lift with your knees, boys. How are you going to help her stand up? Like these people are so big that you literally can't. You could have someone who could come in and fucking deadlift 550 to get her off the ground.
Officers pull up.
Well, there's no other
Yeah,
officers.
they're
around.
dispatch 988. They're on the way.
Yeah, they're not. So
No,
how
they
can we
are.
assist you in getting up?
Remember, I can't use the phone. I'm cuckoo.
How can we assist you in getting up?
You can't. Can someone call an ambulance?
We're checking to see if that's an avenue.
Hey, Trios House.
Christina, they do kind of look like the sunglasses Max wears from Goofy movie. Thank you. That's funny.
I actually need your help. That's why I came here. I didn't want it on a recorded line because I knew what you were doing. The FBI has been watching the whole time. So everything you just did, Ramos. Remember the other night? Remember how it's already on the news?
Sure, it's all on body worn camera.
Yep, sure is. He's coming. And they mama. Burning fucking hell, bitch. Fuck the police. Fuck the Richmond police. Fuck the Pasco police. Y'all gonna keep me right here naked and all.
Well, if you stood up, we could help you get in the car.
I can't stand up.
So tell me how we can assist you to stand up.
She wanted to be arrested. She asked them to arrest her. She says, "Yeah, I want you to arrest me." They finally arrest her and she's like, "Yeah, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I got arrested." Then now she's like mad that she's been arrested and she doesn't want to get in the car.
Ask the FBI when they show up on you.
Well, the FBI won't be here.
You're so right.
So how can we assist you to
I
stand
don't know. I
up?
guess we need an ambulance.
Okay.
I gotta get 50 on 50.
And how are you going to stand up when the ambulance gets you? Still got to stand up off the
Bring
ground.
him here. Bring him. Oh, how about call Jerome Davis? How about here? I'll give you my phone number. 564. Tell Ramos. Did your kids already die? Or were you in a car accident tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, just keep me here until the other police show up. They're watching everything you're doing. And the hospital was scared shitless because they literally were trying to help. But you saw me rip it up just like I did the other night when I told you to suck a You know what they do to fucking cops in jail? They rape them in the ass. They rape them in the fucking ass.
You're gonna rape him in the ass. Nakadashi Tomodachi says, "Did they have probable cause? Gonorrhea?" I have no idea. I don't know what her like. I guess she went into the hospital alleging sexual assault of some sort, and then the hospital's like, "Okay, get out," because it's not real.
But remember, you're unlawfully detaining a disabled woman who's been
Okay,
kidnapped.
well, you're under arrest, so we're
I
not
know.
detaining you. You're under
I have
arrest.
the right to an attorney and I have the right to remain
You sure do,
silent.
and you can also remain silent. That would be a great thing to start with.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, that's right. It's not coming, right? Here, let me put it into existence. And then
Remember,
start.
the right to remain silent. You can exercise
Oh, yeah,
that.
okay, let me do this. I'm having a mental health crisis. Please, someone save me. Hands up, don't shoot. Hands up, don't shoot. I'm black and brown, they shoot us down. I'm black and brown, they shoot us down. Okay, guys, it's time to come out, because at this point, we need a fucking ambulance.
Zenova, I'm not going to do the rest of the Tucker Fuentes interview because while I was doing it, YouTube shut it down. I had to stop playing that video. That said, if I was going to finish that with a different clip of it, like, you know, different clip or whatever, different section, I'm not going to do it on this stream because I've already gotten the warning on this stream. I don't really want to get struck while streaming because I'll get a 7-day suspension. That's not really fun. So not going to do that at this point on this stream tonight. It's not going to happen.
And then the EMS arrived, and you got it all on tape, what you just did. Another 99-yard fake violation that you made up, you fucking idiots. What a bunch of faggots. What a bunch of fucking faggots. I'd be like,
Okay, see, I'm starting to like the fatso now just because she's calling cops fags. Like, that's funny.
they love the popo in jail. Probably going to Walla Walla State Penitentiary. Are real officers here now?
No, doctor.
Oh my God, I'm not doing well at all, doctor. These people are trying to hurt me. I was trying to seek refuge here, love. I'm having a mental health crisis.
Okay.
Yeah, I need help immediately.
Okay.
All the evidence they just tried to destroy.
Okay. She's
Yeah.
medically cleared. I'll get her ready. Thank you, Doc. Okay.
So am I under arrest, doc?
Yep.
I am?
Yep.
Okay. That's good. Take me to jail.
We'll get you there.
There we go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The real heroes. I was watching y'all the whole time. Yeah, go run. Try and tell them, Ramos. Try and tell them the footage doesn't exist. Try and tell them. Try and tell them. Hurry up.
Oh, yeah. Hey, so unfortunately, our legal charter doesn't allow us.
Yep.
Hands up. Don't shoot. Hands up. You can be disabled.
Throw
That's
over it.
fine. No can take you down. I got my Sark in my hand, though, man. Thank God that I made those calls, man. Thank God. The hospitals will kill you. The police will kill you.
Lefty Lull says they don't make cranes with enough hydraulic power to lift that broad. It gotta be a big one.
And everyone will try to kill you. Everyone will try to kill you. I mean, you're crazy. Said
Is
they
this one of
weren't.
those lifting?
Remember when when I'm naked and they try to cover it up after you guys already saw it all?
You look like McDonald's is trying to kill you, you fat bitch. Look at her laying there all pathetic. It's just don't you wish you could it's like, leave her. Just leave her there.
Yeah. It's funny how that happens. But I'm God, right? So let me put in a little prayer for God. I have the rights for the church. Where are my rights at? Where are my rights at, motherfuckers?
You have the right to be quiet and right to counsel.
I'm not gonna be quiet because
Okay.
I know you turn your shit on and off. You piggy pig pig! Oink oink oink, motherfucker! I'm not getting up. Run me over. Here we go. Run me over. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, oh, oh. Run off like the pussy ass bitch you are. You're gonna fucking rot in prison, motherfucker. Where's my attorney? Why haven't I been read my rights? Am I under arrest?
Yes, you are.
Where's my rights being read?
You're not being questioned about the crime right now, so we don't need to read
Read
your
me my
rights.
motherfucking rights. Remember, I'm a disabled woman, and you're pretending right now. So read me my fucking rights.
You already went
for the strength to get up. And for the
They don't have to read you your rights. They have to, make sure you understand your rights, and they can use the Miranda warning to do so. But like, you seem to understand your rights just fine.
FBI to sue them because I'm too scared now. Oh God, okay. In the name of Jesus Christ. Ugh. I can't fucking do it.
Just drag her.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Can you loosen the cuffs?
That's as loose as they're gonna get.
But I'm fat, so I can't move at all to get up. Like you're asking me to.
I didn't ask you to do anything.
Oh, you didn't ask me to do anything when your cam was off?
My cam's been on the entire time.
Yeah, sure has.
We have a,
Sure has. Yeah. Yes, it has, actually. Oh my God. Holy shit.
lift thing from the fire guys that's soft. So we'll basically have her, we'll roll her on her stomach so she can't kind of sit up and kick, and then we'll just have her, put her back here, and then I'll have somebody ride back here with her. Perfect. While you get her, and the jail's already prepped. They know she's coming. They know all the sitch and all that stuff. So.
I'll stand by whenever you're back up.
Yeah, just come back just a little bit.
Okay. Tell me when.
Yeah.
But I'll talk to the
That's probably good.
She looks like a fat torpedo.
I have the right to an attorney, right?
Yes, you do.
Can you read me my Miranda rights?
The right to a hero sandwich. Oh, they're gonna
So we're
put
gonna do
her
it
on
twice.
that.
Once on her back, and then she'll be face down on this.
No, they're not.
I need to go to Trio's house. You know what that
So
is?
get her on her back, and then we'll kind of make sure we
To
have it set
roll
where
her
we need
over.
to.
Can you imagine trying to do this?
All right, perfect. One more time.
I can't.
Bring that.
In God I say, in God we trust, and they cannot move me at all.
It's like those
And they
fucking.
cannot move me at all.
The guys
Because
that
I am
do this
550 pounds, and I am a disabled woman. I am a disabled woman. And they're
You're a disabled mountain. You got it wrong.
trying to kill me. Trio's house has it all on camera. So does the FBI.
Yeah, we need to steer more towards
I'm having
Now
a mental
everybody
health
grab a handle.
crisis. Aren't I having a mental health
I'm
crisis?
sure.
perfect. All right. If you want to focus on just that front one, I'll do these two.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can't breathe. I can't. Hey, I can't breathe. Hey, I can't fucking breathe. I'm not. What the fuck? What the fuck?
You're screaming. You can breathe, you fatso. You could have avoided all this.
Jalen changing. Jalen, I start changing. 869. 866. Call 5653. 3. Oh, thank God. We're going to the jail now, right? Are we going to read my rights?
I love that the like they just put her on the floor. What else are you gonna do? You can't put her anywhere.
Who's riding?
I can stand
Who's reading my rights?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right at this time to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before questioning. If you wish, you can decide.
Holy shit. Look at this calf. Look at that. It's like got its own social security number. It's so big.
At any time to exercise your rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you?
In the name of God, yes,
Having
I
these
do.
rights in mind, do you wish to speak to me now?
In the name of God, I'll ask for an attorney.
All right. Let's get the formalities out of the way.
Well, I already told her she had the right to.
Take us to the Bannon County Jail. They're meeting us there. That's why everything just happened, you fucking idiots. Fucking faggot ass piggy pig pigs. Fucking faggot ass piggy pig pigs. Ugh.
Faggot ass piggy pig pigs.
There was a reason I came here.
YouTube doesn't demonetize streams for saying faggot anymore. It's great. You can say pretty much everything now. It's wild.
Got a shopping cart? What the f is this? Can't even see the way you guys had me like dead. Crazy, bro. In the name of Satan! In the name of Satan!
Get it, Lady Bama. Keep going.
Weird, bro. Y'all are really, really weird. It looks like you're uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm super uncomfortable. We can get that back.
Why do they have the shopping cart? You can't get her into that thing. Look at how it sits. Look at how it sits. Coach Cake says, "Hey, Nick, haven't watched in a long time, but I remember watching your first lawsuit video when it came out and following you through that saga. Glad to see you're still killing it. Cheers, Brody." Thanks, Coach Cake. Really appreciate it, man. Glad to see you.
Can you swing your legs out? Yeah. Okay. But I'm not in the
In the end, Jalen was charged with 2 counts of criminal trespass, misuse of the 911 system, interfering with a healthcare facility, resisting arrest, obstructing law enforcement officers, and assault. She was later deemed mentally incompetent. If you like this video and want to see more like
Wait, how do you get? Come on, she's not mentally incompetent. That's so fucking irritating. That is so fucking irritating.
it, subscribe to Arrest Cam. As always, thanks for watching.
All right. All right, guys. Well, it has been late. Wait, it's been a while. It is late. I need to go to bed. I got to get up early. And I'm on kind of short sleep today already. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it in. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun. Sorry we didn't get to finish the Fuentes thing. I'll think about finishing it, or maybe I can find some clips of some just bits of it, and we could do that maybe, rather than watch the whole thing straight through. But yeah, we'll have to see what to do with that. I don't know. I have this problem, is that when Fuentes talks, I just don't give a shit what he has to say. He doesn't present to me as a serious person or having any serious ideas. He might have serious ideas. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying he doesn't present to me that way. So it makes it hard for me to pay attention. I don't want to listen to a 25-year-old lecture me about the world, because he doesn't fucking know anything about it at all. He's barely been alive, and his life has not been one of experience, or of particular insight or anything to instill in me some sort of trust that his ideas are founded in anything other than just some sort of rhetoric that he borrowed from someone else. So I have a problem with it. Nothing about him sells it, and he needs to sell it, because he may have all those things, but it doesn't come across. It doesn't sell. I know it might to 19-year-old boys, like it might do that, right? Like, but if he's going to address people who are older and more experienced than him, he's going to have to give them not just a reason to listen to him, but a listening experience that makes them go, okay, maybe this person does know what they're talking about. Right now, everything I heard from him, he does that long breathe in. His voice is very whiny and immature sounding. It comes from the back of his throat, where I think a penis may have touched or two. And his list of experiences is, I went to Boston College. I was wore a Trump hat everywhere I went. It's like, okay, yeah, great. All right. Yeah, everybody went in college and they all argued politics, and it's all fucking annoying. You're still the same guy. Like, I don't like that. I don't think that should be running the country or even having much say in it. So he's got something to do. If he wants to shed his past, in which he was, like kind of an online troll and a little more brazen on those things in moderated speech to make it more palatable, I think, he could have interesting stuff in there. Right now, it sounds like I'm going to sit down and talk to myself back in college. It sounds horrible to me. I don't want to do that. And again, like, what's he going to tell me about the world? Like, how's he going to convince me that he has some sort of message or knowledge that I haven't heard somewhere else, that I'm going to find insightful? What gives him that insight? Sell it to me. Because right now, I don't think he pulls it off. But that's my opinion, and again, that doesn't have anything to do with the merit of his ideas. It doesn't. Very, very open about that. Like, nothing to do with the merit of his ideas. And no, it's not fair. I know it's very mean of me to say or whatever, but if he ran for office, a 60-year-old man who's worked his whole life is going to look at him and go, what the fuck am I listening to this idiot for? It's like AOC, but just, like Maybe he's been with more men. I'm not sure. But I am interested to see where he goes, right? Like I'm interested to see what he does, because I see the moderating, I see him calming down, I see him taking a more serious approach, a serious stab at it. And but I love what Dick Masterson says about Fuentes all the time. Like he was funny, he weathered all these things that people threw at him. Like those are true, those are real. He has some characteristics that have allowed him to persevere and persist, and that's admirable. And hats off to him for that, because people came at him really hard. I don't know if he's going to be useful or not. We'll have to see. And I am interested to see it. I think he needs to work a little bit on some presentation to make himself more palatable, and to have people think, okay, his immature phase is over, and now we can kind of forgive that and let him move into being a serious person with serious ideas. And if he can pull that off, that'll be impressive. But I've said what I think he needs to do to work on that. And I say it all with a laugh or two or a little joke or two, but in good faith. So not that he doesn't need to listen to me, and someone else will tell him what he needs to hear at some point. That's fine. Like I'm not purporting to do anything. It's just my opinions of what he needs to do. Honey Bear 13 says, can you play the lawyer cat who called into court? Sure. It's a really short video.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to
can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the up arrow next to this.
Humans created.
What? I'm here live. I'm not a cat. We know. Yeah, so that's the genesis of this painting. That one. Yeah. There you go. Would you prefer cat boys? No thanks. Only if I'm the cat boy. Come on. All right, guys. I gotta get to bed. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Hope you had a good time with me. And again, shows should be expected. I'm gonna try and get them more consistently to start at 11 or maybe even 10, something like that. But just the nature of driving kids around and all the stuff I have to do, sometimes it's got to be 11:30. And like I said, hopefully these things will smooth out as I keep going and we keep doing shows. But all right, guys, hit the like button on your way out if you haven't, if you enjoyed the stream, of course. And until next time, peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some lost-plaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes madder, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for His lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more of the frog. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the throng better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Dundee to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea, post on Twitter as we hear Lost Planning tonight. From the white shores of Nan to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the throng better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed